All right, everybody, welcome back to Out of This World Live. I'm your host, Patrick, aka OTW, and we are starting this thing with a bang. We already got some people backstage. Well, actually, he's on stage, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody, welcome Mr. Nubs Revenge. It's my new favorite person. You're my new favorite person, Nubs.
I'm going to need to talk to your great-grandkids about how you had personal first-hand knowledge of stuff.
I saw him. They told me. I mean, my great grandfather saw Jesus face to face.
Did he tell you?
Well, he told all of the other people.
Oh, so wait.
Yeah.
That sounds like a game we used to play back in the day called
Telephone? Oh,
yeah.
Is it that? Oh, so is that what I was saying wouldn't hold up in court? Was the telephone game? Yeah, I think that's what I was saying.
What court are you talking about, OTW?
The court of unslave you, motherfucker.
When he kept on bringing up thing after thing after thing, that was the closest was 3 generations that I saw.
Dude, what he didn't like and what he started noticing, and I noticed that he noticed, is that everything that was being said in those outside references were actually agreeing with what we were saying.
That's exactly why you threw me off. You were just being much more polite.
And, but so I saw, and I even told Glenn, I says, I think you have problems with text comprehension, bro. That text is literally backing what we're saying, and they were saying that we weren't presenting anything when he was literally pulling up the shit that we didn't even need to present shit. It was written right there in their face. They were reading it, and they still wouldn't believe it. That's how cognitive dissonance works, people. That's the whole thing is right there. You can't make this shit up. It's how people are ingrained and fucking leaked into cement and solidified into these belief systems. It's out of this world. And I think I know why this channel's called that now. It's because of all the insane human beings out there believing in fairy tales.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Your version of it is definitely not my version of it.
But I don't really necessarily have a version. Like I was trying to tell them, these are things that I perceive now after I've had this particular, my awareness has expanded. I'll call it that way, the expansion of my awareness. So that I just point out things that I notice. It's like, since now I know that nothing is a coincidence because everything is an act of God, then I understand that, well, okay, that means God is probably communicating with us in all times, right? We're just we're not looking.
Well, that's why I had to show up, because 2 or more are gathered. He was in that place.
Oh, dude.
That's why the truth was being revealed by the ones that were trying to hide it.
Yes, that was so fucking great. I was like fucking going like this in the back. I was laughing. But I was trying to tell you, man, you know, you were getting very passionate. I wanted to keep you there with me, man. And I knew that you were going to fucking...
when I get passionate like that, there ain't no stopping it. Like, I knew I was getting kicked off when I walked up. I knew it. I mean, but after they started in on you, and I'm just like, all right. And that's why I was in the backstage. Yeah, he doesn't believe in Jesus. I was just talking shit to see if they would.
Even CJ was getting triggered. Look, he's down in chat, dude. Come on up here, bro. Let's talk about this. Let's have this conversation, because seemingly CJ is one of the ones who are have that expanding consciousness or expanding awareness. It's starting to and I do believe that, like I said in the title and in the thumbnail, many are called, but few are chosen.
Yep.
And there is a reason for that.
Because not many people know how.
This is why I end up but not just that. I end up being able to point out half awake people that are awake about one thing but completely indoctrinated with the other thing. I'm like, whoa, wait a go. Like, what? It's like, how can you just like you're awake to that, but you just think that's true? It's like,
But
what?
Jesus. But I heard a story. It was a really good story.
Welcome, CJ.
Hey, how's it going?
Going good, man.
What's up, man?
I haven't been in the circle yet.
Well, now you are in the circle, so
Yeah. Where to begin? I've just been watching these debating guys like so long, and I don't ever go on and attempt to.
It's
do
scary,
what you
man.
did. I don't attempt to do what you did yesterday because I know I'll get pissed off. You know what I mean? But as far as when I see when they went the flat Earth angle, when they even tried to bring that up, I see that as smearing for no reason. As
Right,
them
they're trying to smear the
your
credibility of the. Yes, I saw the game. I saw the whole game being played
Well, I
out.
see the angles and shit.
Dogpiling.
I can't quite figure out why they're so serious on their end about it.
Because it's called
they
hold
have
on,
nothing left.
it's called it's cognitive dissonance, okay, and it's also one of the reactions to when someone hears the truth. The first reaction is to reject it violently, okay. That is the first psychologically speaking. Here we have three different reactions. Then there's what was the second one?
Pause that. Responding violently. I do believe that Resto Molesto definitely threatened me.
They're gonna get so mad at me for being on here.
And then there's the second one. Yeah, but there's no disparaging here. We're not calling people out for.
I like those guys.
We're not trying to break people down here. What I debate is the legitimacy of the literal interpretation of the Bible. Sorry, CJ, I just want to get this out here. But this is what I debate. So I don't judge people for who they are, but obviously I do see the mind games that are being played. And I do appreciate the fact that you pointed that out because that's true, you know. And I wasn't there to play any mind games. I was there just to share the information that I had acquired over the years. It's plain and simple. And I wanted to also rebuke the fact of the literal existence of this Jesus character and also any literal interpretation of the Bible whatsoever. So this is that simple. This is my shtick. I've been on this shtick since since day one on YouTube. I'm not going to waver, you know?
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, CJ. Did you see how every piece of evidence backed up our claim as opposed to theirs?
Yeah, well, I see where they're going with it, and then when I see them, I mean, the short answer is yes, but like I see both angles. It seems like they're just arguing some stuff people like that they're aware most people don't have an answer to, or any people, and then they start getting violent once you cross a certain point, not like physically violent. And
I'm sure if I was there, it would have been
like I said,
violence.
Then there's the second thing that happens to a person. Well, hold on. There's like that first thing that I said was like rejecting it violently. Then the second thing happens is it's I guess it's kind of like it's denial. They go into denial is the second one, okay? And the third state of is acceptance. Is accepting the truth as evident. It's like they go through three processes. Once they've been through those three processes, the final result is acceptance of the truth. But essentially, it always starts off with the trigger. It always starts off with the violent responses, the emotional attachments to their beliefs, and it's bad, dude. When I made the first mistake. Watch this. When I was awakened, you know what I did was an insane thing. I never thought I was stupid. I was really stupid. I don't know where my head was. I thought I was going to save the world and I was going to start in a church. That was the biggest mistake I ever made. So I walked into the church and I sat there for the sermon, whatever. And then they invited me. I was a newcomer. They never seen me before. So they invited me for the church lunch. Like they had all kinds of food and whatever. Like it was like Thanksgiving dinner or something. I was like, Very fortunate. So they invited me over, and the pastor eventually, while we were having this meal at the table, asks me, "So, what are your thoughts on Jesus and all of this stuff?" And I said, "I don't want to talk about that." And essentially at the beginning, I was actually there because I wanted to, see if I wanted to fine tune my awareness and see if I would actually see shit differently, like when I read in the Bible, and I did. So I was like, okay, I was already ready for a debate or conversation with the pastor, but at the same time, I knew that he was around all of his followers, man. So I'm like, I go, okay, well, I just like, I tell him, I say, I'm not too sure about the literal existence of God, not of God, but of Jesus. I think it's, the book is an allegory. And dude, within 5 minutes of the conversation, I was being run out of the church. And literally, like, as if they had pitchforks and fucking shovels and shit, dude, and torches, man. It felt like I was back in, and I was a witch, and I was being witch hunted, bro. It was insane.
That's why I identify with you, dude. They've done that to me. Not Glenn's people or whatever, but a couple different
They
groups.
will.
You know what I mean? They do get the
They will.
pitchfork now.
You saw it. You saw it with because what does the Great Commission tell us, right? It tells us, go out into all nations, preaching, teaching, and baptizing in my name, right? Okay, well, how is it that preaching, teaching in his name is spreading information that is not true, threatening people of physical violence? You're like, all of the things that they claim are literally the opposite of what their book says. So it's either you follow the book and do what the book says, or you're a hypocrite and scum.
Yeah.
There is no, like, there's not really an in-between. Not only that, but you also have, like, scriptures in the Bible, like Psalms 89. The whole chapter, not just one verse, the whole chapter talks about a single covenant, never to be changed or modified or any of that, that you will follow one God. That's it.
And you know what's funny about that? I'm just going to mention that real quick. In my whole life, my mother never prayed to Jesus. She knows about all that story, and she knows. She goes, no, I read my Bible. It says in the Bible to pray only to God. It doesn't say to pray to Jesus. She goes, I'm going to pray to God, and I will never pray to anybody else. The relationship I have is between me and God. And that's it. There is no intercessor, third party bullshit, nothing. My mother is smart, and she understands what she reads.
And that unravels their worldview, like they're trying to do to us, apparently. It seems like, which is why they have that reaction.
That's exactly what it does. Because
they're trying to get you to believe in this heaven or hell. They're trying to put you in this fear state.
Dante's Inferno.
If you're living in fear, you cannot. If you're living in fear, you're in your lowest form of energy. You're in your lower chakras, and that's where you're at. So you can never be where you're in the crown chakra, or where your heightened awareness, actually, your heightened state of consciousness, of awareness. That's where that is, and it functions that way. But if you're in a state of fear, all of that energy drops down to the lower chakras. And these energy points are defined in the Bible. They're defined in many different religious scriptures and other spiritual faiths that we all over the world for centuries, thousands of years, even before the Bible. This is what blows my mind. Is these people are literally living their life out of one fucking book. It was just like 200 years from now, somebody picks up the Harry Potter series. And
that's why
Harry Potter, and back in the day, they were fucking flying on brooms, and they'd have people believe this shit. This is what they're doing. So they're taking this.
Specifically, that's exactly why I did it. Because you're absolutely right. And you even look at that, and let's start the etymology of Harry Potter. Let's go to the older texts of Harry Potter. Well, the 4 houses in Harry Potter just happen to be the 4 names for the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe Children, right?
Right.
So now we can go back to the original faith. It was all just a lion named Aslan. So we should all
Right.
just follow a lion named Aslan and ride our fucking brooms. Jesus fucking Christ, give me a break.
I don't know. I kept thinking I'll just tell them I like them and show them that I like them on screen and whatnot, and they'll get past it with me. But they're not getting past it. They're like really hard line on this shit for some reason, and I, for the life of me, can't figure out what they're expecting.
It's really sad because in a sense, when you look at what Glenn's about, you know, like the production of men and
That's the shitty part.
conversations that he has and the topics that he talks about are phenomenal. It's great stuff. But when it comes to religion, this is where we clash. That's it. That's just the thing. I would debate him on this topic forever until till he would yield, because I can't yield. There's no yielding from where my perspective.
Apparently, I have to get to that point myself because I can't just keep letting them beat me up and slander me and shit. I have to be able to do that.
What kind of Christian goes out and beats people up and slanders them for an opinion?
That's what upsets me, bro. I know.
That's not.
Especially when you call yourself a debater.
Christian.
I'm not even a debater, dude. I'm
definitely not a debater.
I am not, but I'm willing to become one. That's the whole thing. Is I'm actually willing to become a debater on this topic and push it even more now, because they're saying that I'm the false prophet. They've literally dubbed me a prophet. Whether I'm false or true, doesn't matter. I'm a prophet now.
Talk about how she does not like. See, they're going to come at me for even mentioning their names now. But like, I've heard Izzy talk about not liking organized religion. I thought we were on the same page with that. And Resto doesn't even believe in God, so I don't know how in the hell he was on there defending that or whatever.
Resto was just trying to character assassinate me with the other. Was just participating in the dogpiling.
I know they would do it to me.
I saw Resto and OTW on panel. Resto apologized by giving OTW $50, and I gave OTW shit for taking that. And this right here is exactly why I gave you shit, because I knew that Resto would come back and defame you in some way or another, or attempt to defame you.
Right after he gave me $50, he went and talked behind my back on Flow State's channel and started laughing about my daughter when he had just apologized about her. So this is what we call hypocrisy at the highest fucking level, ladies and gentlemen. So please, anybody in the audience right now, you got 20 people watching, you make sure that you know that Resto Chesto is a fucking hypocrite and tries to buy people off with his money. He's a loser.
People.
I do not violence.
I can believe it, but I can't believe it at the same time. He's up on the panel just, whoop your ass. Come on out, buddy.
Well, that's kind of his job.
He never left high school. He's still in high school, the guy. He's a kid. He's in his mind, he's still a little boy.
Pool.
I know. I see what he's doing. I don't get mad at him for it until he. I know they would do it to me. Is what it showed me yesterday. That's why I got all animated about it, because they would do that shit to me in a second if I don't believe that. If I admit that I don't know what the shape of the world is, you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't affect my day. I'm not interested to know, and I don't think anybody else knows either. If they're being honest,
how can they claim that they know when they're literally taking every bit of information from a third party arbitrator?
Apparently, I'm the stupid one.
That's like me claiming that I fucking know.
I don't know.
So, and plus, what they stand is lean not onto your own discernment, but use the discernment of God. Yeah, but no. That would be a trap. Okay.
Right, but I really don't.
It's trying to incite you to follow the scriptures literally and not actually lean on your spiritual discernment.
Hold up, Psalms 82.
No, I'm just saying the way they use it. I'm explaining how they perceive and they use that scripture. But go ahead, Nubs.
But that's their usage of it. It's an improper. Yeah. It's 3 generations away, man.
Yeah, I know.
It's literally 3 generation, maybe 10. I saw a couple 100 years in there. It's that same it's that same concept where you're going to look at information that has it's that, and that's exactly why I brought up global warming, because it was written down somewhere and somebody, where's the fucking hole in the ozone layer from all the fucking hairspray from the 80s? You know, that was written down.
I know, dude. A lot of the stuff you're talking about, I don't know if we heard it from the same place. It almost feels like that, but I'm sure we had our own paths. You know what I mean?
Dude, I think once you've had that awakening, all right, and I don't know how it goes for anybody. I know how it went for me, but I don't know how it is for the others. But once it's there, you can't get rid of it. It's there.
Yeah.
It's like it's solidified, and it's in symbiosis with your character and who you are, and with that knowledge. It's like it's in a divine, like I was saying on this channel, is like that divine download. I believe we all receive it, and we all have that same information or access to that information at all given times. As soon as we're not in a state of fear, you can't be in a state of fear to access this information. You have to be in the dark. You have to be in silence.
They know
you have
that.
to be.
They must know that, which is why they do all the fear and slander shit. They must know that you can't access
Of
that.
course,
Then.
we all know it. You can think about it. When you're walking down the street and you fear something, your body react like these are fundamentals of life. And if you don't understand the fundamentals of life, you're probably not living.
Because if you're in a state of fear, you're in the fight or flight mode. So you're not thinking rationally. Your mind is not it's in a survival mode. So it's your instincts are taking over instead of your cognitive abilities. All right.
Yep.
And your animal. So if you're constantly in that state, like the overarching powers that be. Keep you in that state. That way you can never break out and be free and actually go against that. Because if you're always in a state of fear, you have no idea what the hell's happening to you. You're constantly focused on your surroundings and constantly turning your head and it's a state of you can't make analytical assessments in that state of mind. So you can't think critically, you can't make logical deductions. You can't. It's like it's all instinct. It's you're not thinking. You're just literally acting. You're reacting. It's instantaneous.
So how would
There's
you
no
say
thought
you get
process.
better at that? Just put yourself in that position more often.
Absolutely.
You got to stop. You have to. Well, I'm gonna have to go with the Jack Talcott logo, and you have to live without fear, man. But at the same time, fear is a necessary tool for cultivating courage.
I think it's more live within the realities of fear, knowing that it is fear. Because if
That
you
is
know it's
yeah.
fear,
If you're aware that it's being used to manipulate
Exactly.
and scare you, you're already wearing the armor of God, the true armor of God.
exactly, and that's knowledge. That's the truth, because
Right.
the truth will set you free. And when
Because
you're walking in a way that nobody else can touch, because nobody else, I mean, you look at, I can just say for my experience watching Paul with this, he walks in it. When he's on these panels, he walks in it. Past that, I don't know, because I've never been around him, but when he's on these panels, I would assume that it's the same as when he's not.
I would agree, but I think that he has more of a chance to share the message on here than he does where he's at, because there's limited interactions out in the middle of nowhere.
I agree 100%. I'm just saying that when he's operating up here on these panels, he is operating for the most part in that spirit. And I say for the most part because he is a man. Like we all get into our ego, and I've watched him get in his ego and come right back out with the truth. So, and that's definitely taught me that the ego is a tool.
So essentially, CJ, what we're trying to tell you is fear not, man. because you're even if they get you with the "I got you," it's okay. You can make mistakes. That's just forging you, man. You're just going through the fire. It's purification, and the Holy Spirit needs to purify you and make you one of the soldiers, one of the 300, man. You understand? Or one of the 144,000. You name it the way you want to name it, but like it's if you're chosen, you're going to do the works, because you can have the knowledge and the faith, but not do the works, and it's just worth nothing.
Absolutely.
So if you hold back, you're doing the guy in the Bible who rejected Jesus 3 times. You're rejecting Christ. You're not doing what you were called to do. And that is spread the word of God, the true word of God. Because there's a difference between what they're doing and what we're doing.
Yeah,
Let me ask you this. On that panel, how many of them go out and, just give their work without any expectations? Because I do that on a daily. I'm going to go do that right now. That's
and you'll
the work
notice
of
here,
Christ.
CJ, they're all supposedly morally sound, but I don't sell products here, and I don't do all of that weird stuff that other people
There are
do.
the slides.
I got this thing
there is a lot
scrolling
of Alex
down,
Jones going
and
on
if you want to
out there.
donate, you guys can donate, but I don't sell anything except for my art. When I actually have paintings, I sell that, but I actually have something tangible that I created myself, and I'm not supporting any other business or fucking something that's not Christed or whatever. It's like I'll support artists and stuff like that, but not I won't go fucking selling soap or something. I'm like, you understand what I'm saying, man, dude?
Yeah,
You get what I'm getting at?
Yeah,
ethically and morally, I think I'm
pretty
sound. This is the thing.
And I will say that I don't say that to say, oh, well, I'm better than them. Not by any means. If I was better than them, then I probably wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. What I'm saying it for is there is talking about things, and then there's doing the things that actually matter. And when I come up on panels and they prove my point, that just shows me that I'm doing the right thing, whether they understand it or not. And I didn't plan that with OTW by any means.
No, when I saw you were in chat, man, I hoped you'd click the link and come on up.
I saw it. I was going to come up on your panel because I was going to laugh at you. And then I realized it wasn't your panel. And so I went and found it. I think I asked Jeeps and she told me.
No, I'll be right back. I actually have to say something about that to you, Nubs. Give me a second. I'll be right back.
All right. Yeah, dude, just find out what the truth really is and stand in that shit, CJ.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, when people are starting to throw things, right? If you're in a place that you can't get hit unless you move, the best thing to do is stay still. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I wanted to say was, I think I owe you an apology, Nubs.
What'd you do?
For one of those past interactions that we had, and that you were pretty much probably right, and I was just in my feelers. And yesterday, when you came and showed up over onto Glenn's, and when you pretty much show up here, anyway, I kind of realized some things there, so I figured, I think Nubs, I owe him a teeny weeny little apology. So that's now it's done. I said it. I'm good. I got it off my chest.
You're all good.
So I appreciate
I knew
you.
we'd have this conversation. That's why I said
yeah. I appreciate you, you piece of shit.
I expect the same thing back, you piece of shit.
All right.
Speaking of past conversations, not to dwell on it and loop back, but I'm definitely going to loop back. Did you go into the woods yet?
Yeah.
You did? Because that wasn't a very confident
Didn't stay there very long. That's all.
Okay. So, go fucking do it, you jackass.
It's kind of cold out here, man.
Well, that's your fault. Just like it's kind of cold for me building that fucking deck. Yeah, that's my fault that I wasn't out there doing it when it was warm.
Uh-huh.
So, although today is definitely too cold.
Yes, I get. Well, since I live a little bit further north, I think you can understand
you
that.
Actually live south of me, dude.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I'm in Minnesota. We're like the most northern state except for fucking Alaska, and we're colder than Alaska most of the time.
Okay.
When the creator created this place, he was like, "Where can I just shit on?" And he like wiggled the little sphincter, and it dropped right on Minnesota.
Here's one thing that I don't feel capable of verbalizing at the moment, but I sense is true, is that when you go with the Jesus narrative or whatever, it doesn't really matter to me if he was real or a narrative. If it works, then isn't it possible for both things to be true? I mean, maybe he was a real person, but maybe he wasn't a real person.
CJ,
but
if
still
I
had good advice, so you follow that. I don't see why that kills the faith aspect. You can
if I might
still
on
have
that
to have
one,
faith.
The whole concept of having faith in Jesus Christ is pivotal upon the actual existence of the Son of God. And
I
because I've
feel like
dealt
I
with
do
this.
have faith in that.
Right, but the difference is I'm religion, okay? All right. And I'm putting you in a state of fear of having you believe that there's a heaven and a hell, okay? And that if you don't pass through a third-party intercessor, then you cannot access God.
Yeah.
Now, that is really loaded, dude. Seriously, that's fucking loaded, man. That's so full of fucking dude, it's like giving a model for people that's inattainable, okay?
Yeah, the impossible task shit. I am all impossible tasked out. Like
intentionally impossible tasks.
Yeah. I think that's the point where I start getting upset, is when I'm like, there's no way anybody can do it. I think that's the point.
And that's what Jesus
Well, that's why I rebuke what they teach, because I know that they're deceiving the people with that particular tactic. It's like the same type of tactic they use to sell you insurance, man.
Yeah.
If you really think about it, and I'm going to go out on a limb and probably get hated by a lot of people, but even the concept of fucking the Christed consciousness, what the fuck is that even? Like, what the fuck?
I think it's the best term that people found.
It's a third party arbitrator. So if you're saying the Christed conscious, that's not my conscious. And these are things that I am actively doing. I am doing. Maybe the I am consciousness. Sure, I'll go with that, because
but that is what the Christed consciousness is, the symbiosis between your consciousness and the consciousness of Christ.
Well, if Christ never existed, then that's a consciousness.
But Christ is not a being; it's a state of mind. It's a state of awareness. It's a heightened state of awareness.
I don't think that's what it is. I think that there is something that is that, but I don't think it has any association to Christ. And I won't name something that I don't know. Not only that, but if you really think about it, by naming it, the beginning of sorrows is identification. It's attachment. And that's a horrible quote from the.
But then you would practically deny, let's say, if we were talking about Paul, his connection to that consciousness, which he professes.
I'm saying that that's his. I'm saying that that's his. I'm denying it for myself because I have that consciousness together with it.
Yeah, but you you walk the walk of that consciousness. So even if you don't relate with the terminology, doesn't mean you're not going through that experience. So it's just, if it's a question of terminology, then just find another word that would express it better than this new age term.
We're dealing with semantics with it. However,
Yes.
I think in this case, I really do think semantics matter, because we're talking about quote unquote gods. So it's something to worship and adore. You know, so if we have this name incorrect and we're doing it to the wrong, hypothetically, okay, we're doing it to the wrong place, and we're feeding energy to the wrong place versus not naming it at all and just doing it, then it knows the difference, because it sees the walk as opposed to it hears the talk. Maybe I'm getting into semantics and I'm fucking nuts, but whatever. I don't care.
Yeah, I think you just kind of see. This is my short attention span. This is what happens to me.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you
I got
lost
that
me.
problem. But that's also why I find it absurd when they start using the fear and whatever tactics to get you out of that mindset. Like, shouldn't Christians want you in that mindset more often? But they don't believe that it's a real thing.
But this is the thing, is I even mentioned it yesterday, is
And then
I would
want you to
present
prove the
you,
unprovable.
I would bring you Jesus Christ and you would crucify him again.
Yep.
Okay, that's the thing. It's like the Christians would literally meet 10 Christed beings that would, have the Christed consciousness, like Nubs doesn't like, or incarnate the Jesus archetype. Okay, if that's better said, and then they would literally probably hang or crucify every single one of them, saying that they're the Antichrist and they're blasphemous and they're false prophets.
Or block them in the chat or some shit like that, right?
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Blocking in the chat or getting thrown off the panel is modern day crucifixion on these panels.
Right.
Not in real life, but on these panels, abso-fucking-lutely.
And this is what fascinates me the most, is, and it's even written in Scripture, that they would not recognize Christ even if he showed up directly in their face.
Many will come in my name, but few are called or something.
No, it's the many will. It's the false prophets and the Antichrist are the ones who claim Jesus.
Right.
That's what it says in Scripture. It's the one that claims my name is the one that is the one from the left, the guy from the right, the guy from the other place is going to come and say, I am Jesus, or I am come in the name of Jesus. Well, do not listen to him because he is a deceiver. It's written in Scripture. So, in other words, when I read that for the first fucking time, I'm like, holy shit, man, that's all the churches, all the fucking ones that are, that's 30,000, 45,000 denominations of Christianity that all profess Jesus as the Savior. You got to go through him. He crucified himself on the cross for your sins. And this is the big narrative that everybody is pushing, but is literally in contradiction with Scripture itself. And it's literally telling the people who have spiritual awareness to beware of those people because they are the false prophets. What's up, Rasta?
Yo. And like yesterday, when you're on that show, it seemed like all the people that were preaching Jesus or Christianity were the ones getting all angry.
Yep. I was the only one on there that wasn't triggered. And they were saying that I was being emotional. I was like, what? I'm being emotional? Hey, come on, man. I'm just like overwhelmed with how stupid people can be. And how people just can fucking believe in a bunch of nonsense and fucking fairy tales and ridiculousness and things that were made up thousands of years ago. It's like, that's a great way to not actualize and realize yourself, that's a great way to make sure that you don't really find who and what you really are and what you're capable of and what your actual purpose is in this fucking world. No, you got to go to some fucking building, pay these motherfuckers a dim, and then go home, get into some cubicle and confess your fucking sins to some fucking loser failures, probably fucking somebody's child. And then you ended up fucking going home, starting all over again, doing the same fucking shit, just like an insane person expecting things to change, and they don't fucking change, and you just keep repeating the same fucking process, and all you have to do is believe that Jesus fucking died on the cross to save your bloody ass because you're too retarded to stop repeating the same fucking mistakes. You guys don't hear how stupid and fucking ridiculous that sounds? Anybody with fucking common sense would just normally just understand, oh yeah, OTW, you know, you got it, man. You're fucking right. The people out there just fucking retarded. Retarded. I mean, and it's not a bad word, okay? Retarded is not a bad word, people. Just means that you're fucking late. I yield. You guys go ahead, man. We got 4 other people on the panel. We got something to say, go ahead. It's time now.
Really have much more to say. I got to get to work anyway, but you know, thanks for having me on.
I don't
and I notice
disagree
it
with
when I
you.
see it. You know what I mean? Like, so, good job yesterday.
All right, peace, CJ.
Yeah, have a good day,
Much
guys.
respect, man.
Much love, brother. I just find it amazing that we have these situations and they come up consistently, and it's almost as if the cognitive dissonance is not accepting the situation. You know, it's like they want to be right so bad, because if they don't have their Jesus, then their whole life is, well, been a waste of time. Yeah, so you can't really fault them for being so dead on and, oh, I'm a warrior for Jesus and I'm constantly right. Sure.
Have you met Otway?
Which way?
Yeah, Otway. The O-T-W-A-I. Otway.
Oh, yes, I have met Otway. Or I've experienced Otway. I have not met Otway.
Interesting. I was having a good laugh yesterday watching Otway going at it with Paul. It was just fucking hilarious. All right, so we got a link here that I'm going to drop for anybody who wants to join the show. All right, so let's go see the poll. I made a poll. I wanted to go see what people wanted to see. All right, so it's battling out between entertainment and education. Interesting. So the poll, ladies and gentlemen, is not actually for today's broadcast. It's for tomorrow's broadcast. So I wanted to see what I can come up with after putting out the poll and saying, well, I'm going to focus tomorrow's broadcast on what the audience wants. So let's try and do that tomorrow, guys. All right. Yeah.
What were the options? I forgot what I voted for.
Oh, the options was hold on, let me get that. Please, people, go ahead and cast your votes if you want to have what you want for tomorrow's broadcast. So we got entertainment, education, inspiration, and news. So right now, entertainment is in the lead with 40%. So tomorrow's broadcast will be a absolute entertainment broadcast, if God be willing. I mean, who knows? Maybe Sergeant Meaglemort will show up tomorrow.
Did you block me in the chat, OT?
Are you do you like asking stupid
That was
questions?
me.
Okay. I just want to.
You know I don't block you. You tell me,
I
man.
know,
Don't
I
ask
just-
stupid questions.
I knew better. I just had to confirm within, I fucking knew it. I'll leave it alone.
It was
Just,
me.
I do like chatting in your chat box there, but I mean, if
Yeah, I'll go clean up
some
the
good stuff.
whatever. Man, my mods give me work. It's all right. It's like I gotta love the mods.
You know, it's tough when you're as awesome as I am. A lot of people hate on you and shit. I mean, I'm used to it. It's a lifelong curse being this fucking good.
Chimping
All right,
ain't
let me
easy,
see.
man. Chimping ain't easy.
Okay. All right. Him.
Just got my car
Him.
back. It was in the shop. My wife wrecked it. She wrecked it into a fucking parking post.
Sounds like she needs to be reassessed for her abilities to conduct herself on the public roadways.
Yep.
Did you inform her of that?
Yeah. Yep. I got cussed out.
You got cussed out for her wrecking the car.
No, for me telling her she needs to learn how to drive. And she probably shouldn't be driving. Yeah, to be honest, she
You,
wrecked it twice in 1 week. That's why I
do
was
you
so.
not see
Wow.
do you not see the irony and the power plays that are going on there?
Yeah, I know it's my own fault.
Yeah.
And so I understand that you understand that it's your own fault, and that's okay. We're good there. What is it that you're doing to change that?
It's like laying pavement and then realizing fuck the road wasn't supposed to go this way, and I gotta be like, I don't know what we do, guys. Do we fucking tear the road up? What do we do?
You got
Well, you know
Incognito Man is
exactly.
trying to
Hold
hold
up.
you accountable here in
Hold
chat,
up.
going, "You're the one to talk. Drinking and driving. You tell me. You still do
Yeah, that
that?
happened. That did happen. You know,
Well, that's
Is it
brilliant.
still happening?
no.
Okay.
But I didn't wreck the car
Yeah,
at
true
all.
that. Yeah, you weren't the one driving, right?
Right.
You
Was she
realize
drinking?
No, she
that the
don't
word
drink.
"but"
She
negates
don't
what you
drink.
just said.
She don't smoke weed. She don't do anything.
Well, does
She
she
just
suck cock
naturally
at least?
blonde.
Because if she doesn't suck cock, get that the fuck out of the house.
Oh Jesus, that's not the Christ consciousness.
No, that's pure male. That's the pure fucking male in me, man, saying that bitch don't suck cock. Get the fuck
And
out of here.
see, right there, that's exactly why I say fuck the Christ consciousness, because you can't put those things in.
No. Yeah.
Like,
All
I've
right.
got a point. I've got a
No, but
valid point.
what? Would you rather I be kind of like Jack and go out with like, much love, brother? If she doesn't
Yeah,
suck cock, it's okay.
it's okay, brother.
It's all right.
You just blow your load on her face. God damn, it's cold out here. All right, I gotta get to work. Try to unblock me in the chat. I might come
Already
back
done.
later.
I don't know how long it'll last though.
Right. I gotta go fix my. I gotta get a part and fix my furnace. It fucking went out. So.
Yeah, I have to go shopping for our life.
God damn this truck.
Yeah, I want to buy myself a Christmas gift this year. I want to buy myself a life.
You guys have a good one, man. I'm gonna have to check out.
Peace, you tell me.
Much love, brother.
See you around. See you around. Don't tease your future co-host. You were looking at some
There's some
property.
really- Yep, I think I'm gonna fucking find a piece that has a couple amenities like water on it, like a creek or a fucking lake or something.
Okay.
And I think I want to do it kind of like in the middle of the fucking states, and then open it up to unslave it for a fucking open it up, period, to limited interactions of extended friends and family for a place to go for vacation and enjoyment. I was looking at a couple of gold claims, and I don't know. To me, that would just be kind of a fun fucking vacation, is to go do some gold panning
Okay.
and them finding stuff like that as
Okay.
part of what you're doing on vacation. Like if you're there for 2 or 3 days, you do that like 1 or 2 days. And then just have like a really nice fucking place to camp. Or if you need to go out into the fucking woods in a tent, you'd have a fucking place to do it that you aren't going to get fucked with.
Yeah, I've been actually searching for some land myself, honestly, to be completely straightforward here. I've been actually doing it indirectly myself. Everywhere I drive, especially when I end up in like new areas, like I think it was last week, I ended up in an area that I had never been before. So then I started driving around that area and started checking out the spots and land and whatnot. So far, I've only actually found one place around these parts where that would be possible. But it's pretty far out there. It's like it would just like yeah. If ever I would want to do something like that and go into that direction, there would be a minimum of preparation beforehand, because it's pretty far from any city, right? So I'm obviously going to need like a lot of food and shit like that, like prep. In other words, going completely off grid, but being prepared for it. Oh no, G, you left. Man, come back, dude. Come back. Fucking slave, get your ass back here.
I just think it would be good to either that or have a network of properties. Have like 40 acres of 5-acre plots across the country to do the same damn thing.
What's up, G?
What's up, guys?
What's up, my G?
1 second, I'm trying to get my shit right. I accidentally hit done instead of back. What's up? I heard you're talking about land, so I gotta jump in here, see what's going on.
Yeah, let's see this.
Let's do this.
Hold on a second. I'm just going to change the frame setting here because there we go.
Get out of this.
I was looking at some shit yesterday that had, it was like 300 acres or something like that, and there was all sorts of rock and like all sorts of water features. Like it was just like the Garden of fucking Eden, dude.
Oh yeah, what state?
It was on Colorado.
Nice. Yeah, dude, I haven't been looking too much, but because I've been moving around and traveling and shit. But I'm thinking southern Missouri, but I don't know. We'll see. I think I want to loop back through Colorado, so maybe I'll have to take a look at some property there.
Colorado, I was looking at it. Colorado offers a lot of different temperatures and shit like that, like depending on where you're at with the mountains or in the valleys or
yeah, these fucking ducks, man.
Ducks. Even the duck is talking about
Yeah, we're
Colorado.
gonna tell him to shut the fuck up and not
It's probably too windy, isn't it?
Like interjecting into the conversation like as if
Is it
fucking
At
too
rude
least
windy?
it
ducks,
knows
man.
what. At least it knows how to conduct itself on the panel. Just go for it.
Can you guys still
No, it's
hear me,
not
or
too
is it too
windy.
windy?
It's just like, no, it's not too windy. It's just the ducks are very rude. They're trying to interject into the conversation, which I find is like not nice of them. You should tell them, shut the fuck up.
They want food, man. Everybody that comes up, they run towards them. It's fucking hilarious.
You
They're
gotta love
beggars.
how animals have trained themselves.
Little
even
do they
wild
know
animals.
they're actually food.
Right. Lou would be all, that's what I can do with my fucking vegetables. Get more meat.
Dude, grab yourself a harpoon and harpoon yourself a duck and cook that on a campfire. You'll be fucking set for a week.
Right, and have a nice view behind bars, right?
What, you're not allowed eating duck?
Oh, this is a public park, man. If I fucking killed this duck, there's nobody around right now. I guess I could do it, but fuck, there's all kinds of people that stop here. It's kind of like a little
Yeah, then they'd
rest
see you
area
cooking a duck,
publicly.
and
Yeah,
then it'd be hard for you to try to tell people, yeah, I got the duck at the supermarket.
No, what you do is, if you're gonna do it, gotta do it right. Get it grilling, so that way when the game warden does show up, you offer him some, and then, like,
a couple of
just
these are
gotta make sure it
mallards.
smells really fucking good.
See, now they're leaving because they realize that, there's no food.
Dude,
Fucking
yeah,
hypocrites, man. You're fucking hypocrites, man.
it's fucking cold and windy. I'm getting the fuck out of here. See you later, ducks. Say
Bye,
goodbye to the
Donald.
ducks. Bye, Donald.
Bye, Uncle Scrooge.
Dude, yeah, it's been pretty nice, but today it's cold. Fucking spraying shits in the sky, so it's windy and fucking cold. About to rain, probably. Oh, man.
I didn't see Daisy Duck there. She was probably back home taking care of the kids.
It's bright and nice out today, but it's like fucking.
Very windy. It's like the wind is
Dude,
like
yeah.
it's winding. It's like it's doing its thing.
It's pretty fucking still here. It's cold as shit. It's cold like I gotta start my truck in the middle of the night type cold.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, it's like -8 with a windshield of negative. The real feel is like -20.
Wow. That's something, man. I don't need to.
Told you
I
I'm
don't
north of you.
Yeah, but -8 degrees Celsius?
Whatever it is for me.
That's nothing, man. -8 is sometimes here in Quebec it goes down to -40.
Well, it definitely does that too,
Oh, okay.
but not
It's like
normally.
-8 is a perfect day to go outside skating and fucking playing hockey and shit.
Yeah, fuck you and your Canadian ways. Oh, it's colder than God should have created, and I'm gonna go out and play hockey. Sound like fucking Timmy up here.
Well, what else do you want a bunch of retards to do that decided to go live in a place that wasn't fucking able to grow any food during? It was like, how retarded can you get? Oh, I'm gonna go live somewhere where there's no work, no food, no nothing. It's like, I don't know, dude. It's kind of weird.
Sounds
I
like
don't know how our
paradise to me,
ancestors
except for
did
the
it
cold.
and why they did that and why didn't they not just move to a place where it's just fucking warm all year long. I just don't get it, Nubs.
I'm pretty sure Canada was warm at one point in time. If you look at the stones that still have some plant residue. Pretty sure we've all been fucked when it comes to the weather.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not just saying like weather warfare type shit. I'm thinking like,
You know what I think is, the climate change exists, but it exists because it's a natural phenomenon that the world,
Right.
is something. Just the climate just changes. It's just
The ebb and flow.
This is how they hijack terms, right? And they make it into whatever they want it to be. Like they define this particular word, and they redefine it, right? So this is what they did with the with that particular word.
Well,
They hijacked it, man.
They also do it until they get busted with other things. Like, for instance, we were always taught that 1 year is one ring on a tree. It's not true. It's two. So it cut all dates in half. That anything was dated by a tree. But they don't put that out as public information.
Fuck, I keep hitting the wrong button, man. Sorry.
Great stuff. Great stuff.
Right?
And this guy wants me to build a fucking cabin with him.
What were you just saying? Sorry. I'm an asshole.
He was just saying how much he appreciated you, G.
Yeah, I love you too, noobs. Nubbies. Nubby nubs.
We all need a little nubbin sometimes.
Is it me or are you guys cupcaking right now?
Oh, 100%.
We're doing a reenactment of you and Jack the other day.
So we're gonna have to make a movie now. It's gonna be called The Nubbling.
The nubbling. Yes.
Oh,
That
that's
works.
good. Yeah, so you think Southern Colorado, huh?
I was looking at it and there's some fucking beautiful land. Like I don't want the typical fucking regular like flat spot for a house that everybody else wants. I want the land that has like the fucking hill
Yeah, but
that nobody wants.
What's the price of it though? You know what I mean? Like
It was like I think it was like under 200 for like 300 acres. Like it was stupid cheap.
really?
It was more than I had, but it was stupid cheap.
Wow. Yeah, if it has water on it and
Yeah, water, creeks, rock formations, like all sorts of shit.
yeah, there's the same thing in Missouri too. I was looking at a property that's got a cave and shit on it, and
No
its own
shit.
spring.
Oh man, see that right there? That's property because
And this one's been on the market for a while too, noob. So like I said, I've been kind of slack and I haven't been researching or talking or calling any realtors, but that one's easily attainable. It's been on the market for a while, but you'd have to look at it. I'm sure there's a catch.
see my thing with like there were a couple of gold claims that I saw, and they kind of interested me a little bit. But then you've got all sorts of stipulations that you're already stepping into. You're literally stepping into that clock or that that arena.
Yeah, I don't know shit about that. Gold catches,
Hang
like
on
you're
1
talking
second.
like it's already like set up as a gold refinery or what? I don't even know what that means. Like you can
No, a gold
Paying in the-
claim is like where they've found gold and it's already been established. It's the government knows there's gold on the land, and so it's all regulated, etc.
right. So they got you set up to fucking pull taxes from you and all that right away. Yep. Yeah, I have no interest in
And
any
I
of
would
that.
much rather grab the piece of adjoining land that hasn't been done.
Yeah, exactly. There's some of these properties in Missouri too, nubs, that have mineral rights included. So if you found gold on the fucking creek, it's yours. Or anything under the dirt is yours. Which that's what I would like to do, is find one that I can have the mineral rights if I paid cash for it or whatever. That way I can put it right into a trust and you own the whole thing. You know what I mean? Which it would be ideal. So I don't know if they do that out there in Colorado. They don't fucking pull people over for plates. So you'd think they're somewhat leaning towards the freedom side, but I'm not sure.
I don't know. Like, I would have to look more into it. I've never really looked at land based off of mineral rights and stuff like that. I guess I should have, but I've always just been looking for per se residential.
Yeah,
You
because I
know,
mean, if you don't have mineral rights and they find something in that vicinity, they're gonna take your shit and come onto your land and start digging or whatever they got to do to get to that mineral, you know.
right?
So
Yeah, that would definitely kind of fuck my plan and everything. So
yeah,
probably a good idea.
Southern Colorado is interesting, man. I don't know. I love Northern Arizona too. There's a lot of different places I really love, but it's just like, you know, you
Well, I
gotta
mean, realistically,
all come together.
like I said, it might be meritable to do an association or something like that in a trust and have 15, 20 properties around that there's always a second house on. So if anybody ever wants to just stay there to maintain it and whatever,
Yeah. Well,
you know,
you
like,
gotta start with one though first, man. We got to, you know what I mean. I
well,
got to focus on
what I'm
myself
saying
first.
is,
But
what
I
I'm
mean,
saying is developing the plan, whether it be by a large piece or by multiple pieces, because then you can start with a good plan.
I would say, in my opinion, I would say each one of us, try and find a property that's adjoining. I don't know. I guess you could go into a trust together, but I mean, fucking hey, dude. I don't know you from Adam besides your voice on the internet. You know what I mean? So, like, I don't know. There's a lot of boxes that got to be
Yeah,
checked
there'd
before
be a
that
lot
even
of bread
happens.
need to be breaking, you know,
You're
like,
right. But I see what you're saying. That's an excellent idea. That's always what I've thought since I was a young kid. It's like, why don't people just fucking put land into a trust together and wherever they love to be, and then like you say, you could buy once you get that paid off or whatever, you buy a different one. Then you got all kinds of little, spots for your community. But dude, yeah, it's a lot easier said than done, man. People don't want to cooperate. Everybody's, like Paul says, it's strength is not in numbers. So like maybe if there was like 6 or 9 of us, it probably would work out. But I don't know about any more than that. It's like,
right.
it's tough, dude. Like I don't trust pretty much anybody. You know what I mean? I don't even
I don't
trust
even
myself
trust myself
sometimes.
sometimes.
Damn. Yeah, dude. So I don't know. I don't know what to say after that.
I don't know. I think it's a good idea, but I think there's a lot of challenges that come with it.
Yeah. I'll probably be the type that wants to do both, man. I want to have my own property too, I like to be
Yeah, I think we're pretty
private.
much in the same boat. That's what I want as well. Like,
I like to be pretty private and not, but the adjoining property sounds amazing to me. You know what I mean? We all got our shit in our own trust. There's no fucking worry. Like, you know what I mean? My trustee would be
That
my
works
brother
too.
probably because he's the only one left that I got pretty much. My brother and my half sister. And, it would go to them too pretty much. And unless I had kids, unless I fucking found a woman that isn't fucking jabbed up and psychotic and all the rest of it, But yeah, adjoining properties, man, would be ideal. That way we're neighbors and we have our own property and trusts and we're literally communing together. We just are private, men and women. I gotta
That
fucking
actually
load up.
sounds a little bit better than my idea. So that's
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, right? Because
absolutely.
I mean, community is community, but like I said, trust is very hard to come by. It takes years to build trust.
that is true.
It's not just we show up, we drink a few beers, smoke a joint, or I don't drink really, but sometimes every once in a while I'll drink beer. But
Yeah, we get the analogy.
you get what I'm saying. It takes a bit.
I think there's a little bit of this and a little bit of that because if you know yourself, you can see somebody for who they are.
Yeah.
And the more you know yourself, the more you know other people. Like at least in my experience.
For sure. Yeah. 100%. Yep, and that's why we're all here together, man. We're all focused on self and trying to get better and grow. And dude, life's
Yeah.
hard, man. It's definitely easier with other people around. You can't be like, I don't know, like I'm doing it right now solo. It's definitely not easy, and it's it's hard.
Yeah, it's I guess you just gotta find yourself the right people, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Because it's not who you are and what you really necessarily do, but it's also who you know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of why I'm not like too picky on where I want to be yet. I'm kind of like out here traveling, figuring out myself and where I want to be. And yeah, like you say, it's more important the people you're around than where you're at. Like, obviously you want to have water and, resources and shit to, I want trees to build with, but yeah, people is the main ingredient, man. That's all we got. Is each other and animals. I guess if you want to fucking sit on the land and talk to animals all day, you can do that, but
I'm down.
take some mushrooms and talk to fucking ducks. I don't know.
Because what happens is, you could be a hermit, but I guess it's like when two or more gather. That's where you find purpose. I believe or it's in the same premise of what the scripture is saying. It's like where two or more gather, you find God. So it's like I'm totally badly quoting that scripture, obviously, but anyway, I'm not. I don't fucking. I don't remember these scriptures by heart. That's what I was saying yesterday. Nubs is better than me at that because he knows like more scripture than I do.
I was forced to learn it as a child. Like, it was literally we did the church thing. Like, that's what we did.
Yeah, same here. I was forced to go to church too when I was real young, but then kind of stopped. But yeah, people together, man, there's something about it. You can't being by yourself is definitely taxing, and you get old pretty fast, man. I noticed that. It's
it's where two or more gather. It's the church of God. I think that's where it is. That's where it lies. It's in the people, not in the building.
It goes to where two or more are gathered. So am I in this place.
Yep, that's
and
why
it's a reference to Christ being the center point of the relationships, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, it's being misquoted in my understanding because it's where two or more are gathered. So am I, like the I am. That to me makes a lot more sense.
I totally badly quoted that fucking.
Yeah, and when I don't know what the actual verbatim words were, but when it says I am in this place, the I am is referred to in many other places, and Christians run with that shit, but they don't run with it in that context, so must not be true.
Right. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah, but it would make much more sense that the guy that was focusing on the creator apparently would then in turn focus on the creator instead of saying, hey, worship me, when he never said that, to my knowledge, if he existed.
And guess what everybody ends up doing? The total opposite.
Right. The Antichrist.
Yep, pretty much, man. That's why they try to divide us so much, because we have like an energy surrounding us, and when we like get together with other people, our energies come together, and I don't know how to explain that. I don't know.
I think that's the power of manifestation, man.
So, yeah, somebody help me there. I'm not.
It's because what happens is, let's say you, I want to manifest something in my life, right? By myself, I can achieve that, right? But it's a longer process. It might take more time. But if you double that energy, the time span reduces. So once you're gathering like more and more people that are helping you manifest your particular dreams, if you want to call them dreams. It's what you want to manifest in your life. I think if you gather more people that are actually doing the same thing as you, is actually giving energy to that particular manifestation, and can help realize it quicker. Because I'm saying it's like if you do it by yourself, I'm not saying it's not realizable. It's just take a little bit more time, because you're just like one portion of a massive energy. So if you connect yourself to the other bubbles of energy, which are like kind of like the flower of life, circles interconnecting with each other, I think that is a representation of when humans actually group up and start manifesting their destiny together.
I think that's where the reference to when in the Bible or in the biblical account or whatever, in Genesis, where it says that God created Eve because it is not good for man to basically be alone. Like it's harder to be alone. So in order to co-create, you need the co to create kind of deal.
Right. And I guess God would be the best one to know what it would be like to be lonely.
I would suppose.
So he wouldn't want that to happen to his creations. Like, well, I don't want him to be lonely. Here, let me create a counterpart for the I don't want him to necessarily go through what I'm going through, because being lonely is really, really, really boring. So I don't know.
Yeah,
it's like that song. One is the loneliest number. Well, it's because God is one, right? So the song is about God, I think.
Yeah, there's something to that. I think OTW. There's definitely that's probably part of the message there for sure. It's I don't know. Life's definitely hard alone. I know that.
I think it's as hard as you make it.
Well, essentially what you're doing, G, right now is you're fasting from society, right? So
pretty much, yeah. It's
you're right now when you come online like this, you're kind of like eating the because there's fasting pains, right? So when you go through the fasting pains, you can nibble on a nut or something, or a pistache or something, just to pass over the pain, right? So this is kind of like that. We're a cashew for you right now in your societal fasting.
God, I hope not.
He goes, God, I hope not. Yeah, I said cashew because that's like the best tasting nut out there. It's got the most.
I was just say that's all you guys are, is a little nut.
Yeah, we're nuts.
Ah, shit.
Hopefully we don't break, because then we would have busted nuts.
You don't break, you just crack. I don't know. I got nothing.
When do we have anything? We don't really have anything at all. All we have is what is. Let me do the Talcott.
All we have is the now, brothers and sisters.
All that is which is.
Don't you know that you receive what you receive?
In my mind, love is the answer. And love is truth. And truth is God. And God is love.
Love, brothers and sisters. If you want to go ahead and put $29.95 into my Cash App, that'd be great.
Jack Talcott, the love pimp. He will pimp you so hard with that 4-letter word. He will shove it down your throat. And you will like it, brother.
You know, I miss the old commercials from back in the early days.
Which
Like
one?
the cot and blanket set or towel set. The towel and cot. You guys remember that?
No.
No, I don't.
Fuck, man.
Oh,
It's
Jesus
one of the
Christ.
earlier versions of TCC videos, right?
No. This was like early Paul.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's the doctrine of Paul. Back in the day, I mean, like this was when Moose was cucking. You know, before Moose broke bad and showed his real personality. We used to do commercials, ad-lib commercials. They were great.
Oh, God. Holy app cray, man. That is like so far out there. I just remembered, man. And he used to put people up on the spot to do the commercials.
Yes.
Some people would crash and other people would do pretty good.
It
I
was
remember that.
fucking
That was one of the
awesome.
best bits that Paul ever did, man. It was the commercial bit, man. I love that. Because it was giving everybody the opportunity to be creative and improvise on the spot. You know what I mean? It was wonderful, man.
Like, what did he say in the commercial? Give us an example.
Well, it's like I'd put you up on stage right now, like I put you up, and then give us a commercial about O'Shea's
let's run
Piznog.
it.
Yeah.
Let's run
I
it.
remember
Pull
that.
up the slides and let's run it.
Yeah, I remember that now. That was funny shit.
Oh yeah.
Paul's pretty good at coming up with that different bits and stuff. It's funny.
The best part is it wasn't just Paul. Like we all were part of it, and it's whoever fucked up, we got a good laugh, and whoever did good, we really fucking laughed.
Yeah, that's it. So either way, we just laughed. So either it was horrible and we were laughing, or either it was really fucking awesome and we were laughing. So it was like a win-win.
Didn't Talcott? You're saying Talcott did one, didn't he?
No. It was the towel and cot special. The towel cot.
Oh yeah. Towel cot. Don't forget to bring a towel.
You know, when you say back in the day on YouTube, you know, I think it's because you've been here too long.
Right.
You remember back in the day when it was like those things and then you back in the day? Oh boy, it's like I think I've been here for a while.
Well, we're pushing years. Like I realized I've been here for a minute, so you know.
Well, I came to that same realization yesterday when you came up and backed me up. Holy shit! Now I got fucking doorbells ringing.
Yeah, man. To me, this is just like how older guys go to the like Shell station and get coffee or something. You know what I mean? This is just a hangout spot for people to bounce ideas and grow and.
It's the water cooler, brother.
Learn shit and love each other, brothers and sisters. Water cooler talk.
Okay, there we go. You have
What?
an A7 and you get into the fast lane and go slower than everybody else. Great
Oh,
stuff.
You traveling
Yes.
or driving?
No, I'm traveling.
Nice. I'm about to do that too. I got to go fucking move a couple hours west. Get out of here. This is only a 3-day stay here. I'm not really too worried about it, but I kind of want to leave here anyway. I need to take a shower bad. This fucking shower in here, I can't figure it out, noobs. I wonder if you could figure it out for me. There's a water pump somewhere. I can hear it running, but I can't get the water to come down to it or find where it's at. And the water that's been sitting in here is fucking super old, so I'd have to flush it out probably too.
You don't know where your water pump is?
I do, kind of. It's in the corner, back left corner, but there's a panel or something I got to pull, and I don't know if I'm going to worry about it. Fucking I jumped in the
Shoot me a call when you
creek.
can.
What's that?
Shoot me a call when you can troubleshoot it, like when I'm not actually doing something, and I'll troubleshoot it with you, figure it
Yeah, I'm
out.
about to go to this. It's like a 3-day stay RV place you can plug in, and there's dumps and water and all that. So I'm hoping somebody there can maybe guide me, help me figure it out. But yeah, maybe I'll
I'm
have to
sure
call
if you're in an RV park, there's some old fucking handy dad with all
Yeah,
sorts of fucking puns that you'll have to endure, but nevertheless, it'll be fixed.
yeah. I should fucking. I'm gonna go there probably tomorrow morning. But yeah, there's a basketball court and shit there too. So hopefully it'll be a good little weekend there. Nice little break from not being plugged in and all that bullshit. Living off solar is kind of annoying. I need another fucking battery in this thing too. I went to the one auto parts store and I couldn't get the right connections for it. I was gonna try and rig it up, like splice the one wire and hook it up to my other splitter or to the other side of my splitter, but I don't know.
I got a bus battery if you want it. Come on up and get it.
Fuck that, dude. I'm like probably 2,500 miles away from you, man.
Well, it's a bus battery, so I mean, I figured if it's worth it, it's worth it. Like you get something out of it at least.
Yeah, I just need to get the right connection and get another battery. It just needs a little more storage.
You mean you don't want to change everything over from 12 volt to 24 volt?
I think I don't know what this. Yeah, this is 12 volt.
Yeah, you're running a 12 volt.
I think
Very
it's
rarely do you run a 24, unless you're doing like trucking or buses or stuff like that.
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Probably wrong. No,
Yeah.
I've been looking at land, and I've been looking at RVs and shit. There's a bunch of RVs that with a little bit of equity, I could definitely resell for triple what I put into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
There you
then
go.
same thing with cars. Like, I don't know, man. It's kind of interesting because I'm looking at these cars and they're not too expensive, and I could probably do a job to get most of them where I wouldn't actually have to pay for it. I would just work for it. And then I could probably end up doing this, that, or the other thing to make it a little nicer and then resell them there again for a profit. Or not a profit, but I don't know, whatever the fucking terminology is. I
Yeah,
could
RVs
donate
are.
the car or whatever. I don't fucking know.
It's definitely better than living in a tent. I know that. They're a lot of work, man, and a pain in the ass kind of too. I ain't gonna lie. It's kind of a headache, but it's I don't know. It's one of them things. It's like it's awesome and kind of a headache at the same time.
I could do a mobile RV repair.
Yeah. Fuck, I want to build a shop. A cabin in a shop would be ideal for me.
Yeah.
That way you got a shop with a fucking lift and you can work on people's stuff or whatever you want to do for a business out of there.
Yeah.
Fix all your stuff.
Another thing I was thinking about is when we were all talking about the fucking security, building custom security pieces for in people's houses and shit, like stuff that doesn't look bad but holds a gun, like a gun safe in the cabinet or that kind of stuff. I don't know. I don't know if there'd be an interest in that kind of stuff. Obviously, to a certain extent, there is, but then they also do like nice looking bars over the windows, I guess, if that's a thing. I don't really think that's a nice thing, but if people are trying to break in, to have that available, I think that would be pretty meritable.
Noobs, you got too many things going on, man.
I just got a lot of thoughts. I don't. Very few of them do I pursue unless there's merit.
Yeah. Dude, yeah, that's kind of how I am in a way, too. It's like I want to do all kinds of different shit at once, you know? It's like you really got to focus on one thing at a time and narrow in on what you're really good at and what you really want to do, you know? And that's why I always come back just to, you know, on the land. Like, fucking A, dude, once I get set and get, you know, the way I want to be set on the land, I don't really need a whole lot of fucking fiat, man.
Well, that's definitely
Like-
the pivotal aspect of mine as well, because to put a shop up, I can do all this stuff. If I want to build carbon fiber one day and I want to fucking build security the next day,
Yeah.
you know, like,
Yeah, and I'm not, dude, I'm trying to find a woman that wants to garden and fucking live off the land. Like, I don't even want my woman to be going out and working. I don't want to go out and work a job. You know what I mean? I want to be 100% on the land. You know what I mean? And never have to leave.
Guys,
That's the goal.
you won't believe what just happened, man. Hold on, let me
What's
put
that?
my earphones on.
did they
the
come
hell
to
did I
you
put
and
my
tell you
earphones?
the way, the truth, and the light is through Jesus Christ?
He came with the good news.
Did they really come with the good news and you didn't
Oh,
bring
there
them
they
on
are.
broadcast? What the fuck?
Guys, I just had. Guys,
Yeah?
Yeah.
okay, listen to this. Okay, somebody came knocking at the door. All right. I got
Yeah.
2 Jehovah Witnesses,
Go get
and I've
them.
just had a debate
Go
with
get
them.
right now
You didn't
and bring them
record it?
back onto this fucking broadcast.
Dude, oh
Damn it.
God. No,
Tell
they
them
didn't
they
want.
can
I
minister to
tried. They
all of
didn't
us.
want to come in. I told them that I was on a live broadcast talking about this subject right now. They didn't want to come in. They didn't want to. Look,
This sucks. That was a golden
Biblical-
opportunity.
look, they're selling. And he's telling we're not selling anything. What do you mean? You just gave me your card saying you're selling courses on biblical. Even if it's free, you're still, you know, you're advertising. You get it? Like you're giving business cards, man.
They're still in heaven, OTW.
Look, it's even got the little thing in the back and everything, man. It's like they gave me this.
QR
on the
code.
Go
Yeah,
check out the
right.
website. I go, no, wait a minute, you guys. Yeah, you just popped up. There's no coincidence in life, man. You guys just popped up here out of the blue, and you're coming to sell me this shit, and I'm talking about this shit right now online. You guys are, you know, I'm gonna have to. I started debating them right off the bat. There were 2 of them, and I started going like right at it. I didn't even hold back. It's like, so CJ, dude, I think there's a space where eventually you actually end up comfortable, man. The answers come to you. It's just
It
like,
would've been so much
dude,
better
I
if you
swear to
brought 'em on.
God, these 2 guys left and they were blown away. I swear to God, I just blew them right the fuck out of the water. You're right, man. My bad. I should have fucking recorded that, but I didn't have any idea what was going on. I was like here doing my fucking thing, and I just can't unhook the webcam, which it has a wire. It's not wireless, so I can't just grab it and go out in the kitchen. So I would have had to bring up the phone and do all that shit. And it's like it happened all so quickly. And I was there, holy shit, there's content happening right now. And I'm just losing it. It's gone. And they didn't want to come in. So I was like, come on in. We'll talk about this right on the live. We'll do a podcast.
They didn't want the smoke, OTW.
And usually when you invite the Jehovah Witnesses in, they don't hesitate to walk right in, man. And I told them, oh, you guys, well, I'm having a podcast right now. Why don't you join me? Come on in. They go, oh, no, it's all not that, no. So it's okay. Here's our card. It was great. They didn't want to come, but it was great. So, man, I just told them, I said, you know, there's no coincidences in life. You guys, you know what's funny here, guys, is you might think that you're actually coming to here to save me. But I think
grab
you're
your
here so
phone
I
and
can save
jump in
you.
the car.
I looked at them. That's what I told them. I go, I think you guys came here so I could save you because you are lost, you know? And there's 2 old men. They were like, what, in their 50s or 60s? And I probably fucking,
fuck yeah. Go.
It
Go,
was
go.
go what?
Grab your phone, jump in your car, and chase them down. We need to save their fucking souls. Jesus
They'll
Christ.
come back. They'll come back. I might have picked their curiosity, dude. I think I might have established something. And the experience that I gained just yesterday with the dog piling on Glenn's channel is phenomenal, because just now in real time, in real life, I was be able to fucking hold my stance with two religious indoctrinated individuals trying to sell me their product.
OTW, the next thing you need to learn is how to get them in and sat down into the church of OTW.
Yeah, you got to be like Chris Hansen.
You need to
say,
fill
go
the
ahead, take
pews,
a
sir.
seat.
Fill the pews.
Go ahead, take a seat.
I'd really like to know about Jesus. Tell me more.
This is it. I should have played the game more. You're right, Nubs. I shouldn't have went in all on. I should say, "Oh no, come on in." I should have played the Hansel and Gretel. You know, the witch that attracts them with candy. You're so right, Nubs. I played it wrong. I should have did but it's evil. I would have been evil. There are some aspects of my evil part of myself that I actually like. Say what?
Doesn't the Creator create both good and evil for His glory?
It could be, maybe.
I'm pretty sure it says that in the Bible.
Sometimes, I actually, the older I get, I resonate more with the villains and the anti-heroes than I do resonate with the actual heroes for some reason, and I don't know why.
Heroes.
Say what?
The anti-hero is the hero, just like when the Joker lit the fucking money on fire. He relieved them of their concerns. He is the fucking hero.
Well, this is it. And funny enough, they were actually pushing that in the movies for a while. But I got a liking to it. I noticed the change in what they were doing, the narratives that they were pushing out. But I enjoyed the change. I enjoyed wait a minute. This makes more sense. Because it relates much more to who I actually am than the pursuit to actually want to be a superhero. Because when we're all kids, we all want to be a superhero. We all want to be one of those superhero characters that have either superhuman strength or super speed or super intellect or whatever. We all wanted to be one of those things when we were kids. Who knows what your favorite superpower was?
The villain that is doing the good work, like burning the money, is the real fucking hero.
Right. But there's also the villain, right? Who becomes the villain because he wants to be the hero.
Right.
Aha.
I need police officers everywhere.
See how strangely that connects to reality? Yeah, the guy in the movie who's usually the superhero fan wants to be himself a superhero, ends up becoming the villain. Right?
Daddy didn't love me enough.
That's it.
Love, brothers and sisters. If Daddy's not gonna love me enough.
It was an awesome conversation. It lasted about a minute, maybe two, but it was like eye-opening, and not for me, but maybe for me at the same time. But I think these men left with a dent in their I'm pretty sure for some reason in their psyche, I put a dent in there for sure. And especially when I told him, look, buddy, just to be frank with you, I don't believe in fairy tales, man. The guy, look, he opened up his eyes like big as a $2 coin in Canada. Like that. And I think he just realized at that moment, because he was like at least 60, the guy. And I think he realized in that moment that, oh my God, I fucking believe in fairy tales. It's like, I don't know, man.
Holy shit.
And he tells me, he goes, yeah, but we're not doing anything wrong. He goes, we're good people trying to better our lives and go forward in a good, conduct ourselves in a good way in society and be, beneficial help to others. I go, yeah, but you're not supposed to be teaching people things that aren't true. Right? I go, like burning in the lake of fire. He goes, oh, yeah, but that's a Christian belief. Oh, okay. So what is yours then? It's like,
Actually, that's
you believe this
Dante's
Jesus guy?
Inferno. That's not Christian. That's Dante's Inferno.
Whatever. No, isn't that in Revelation?
Dude, yeah, nobody even knows, man.
No,
Pretty sure Revelation is a fever dream.
I talked to this guy last night. He was parked next to me, and he was a big Christian, and his name was Steve, and he was in his van, living in his van. And I was asking him all kinds of questions, and he couldn't answer hardly any of them. And he had the Lake of the Fire thing too. He's like, oh yeah, if you do this and that, you're going to the Lake of Fire. And I was just like completely, rebutting it and asking him more questions, and he just had no answers for anything I asked, pretty much. It's like, you guys, and he even said he read the whole Bible. It's like, if you've read the whole Bible, how do you not have a bunch of answers for everything?
Because when they fucking read the Bible, literally, when you're reading the Bible literally, it's a bunch of fucking gibberish, man.
And it contradicts.
It's a bunch. Yes, it keeps I don't know how many contradictions. Nubs, you must know. I mean, I'm pretty sure Dick knows. Freedom Grower, yeah, he knows about how many contradictions there are. Like
numerous in the
holy shit.
Do you think it's possible the contradictions come from man? Like
no, the contradictions come from
come from man. They
come from the literal interpretation of the Bible.
Yeah. How many times was the Bible rewritten? That's one of the questions I asked that guy, and he couldn't answer that one. I was like, how many testaments is there, and how many different guys, men on the land, or whatever you want to say, or have rewritten it and analyzed it, or whatever you want to call that.
Well, let's do a simple Google search on that. Let's search how many first-hand account testimonies are there of Jesus Christ.
Well, that's a little different, Noobs. I'm talking like how many...
No, it's a little bit different, but it's still directly along the same lines. Because if that's not true, and that's not provable, then that's the first step in disproving any and all of it.
Yeah.
Because that's like one of the Christian pinnacle beliefs is that Jesus is the literal Son of God. Which I mean, even if fucking Jesus did exist, would he be the Son of God? Yeah, that's fine. I don't even care about that. He's not the only Son of God because I was clearly created by the same Creator. Therefore, I would be a child of the Most High.
Yeah, we all would be.
Exactly.
Doesn't it say, it says something like that in the Bible, don't it?
It does.
Yeah, so...
But the thing is, they're saying that Jesus is the only begotten Son of or whatever of God, right? But we are all sons and daughters of God. That's the thing.
Exactly.
So is that maybe man pimping on everyone else, trying to,
yes,
gain power or whatever?
Of course, because the book says it itself that it'll enslave people.
Yeah.
And for the spiritually enlightened, the book is food.
For the lack of knowledge, my people will suffer and die. They were brought into Babylon and sold into slavery.
Dude, yeah, it seems to me, man, like Paul says, we're all one self on the highest level. And
of course we are. We have
And
to be.
people that are in the religion cults are just, you know, on a lower spirit, or what do you call that? Lower consciousness, you know, or something.
They need a daddy.
Yeah.
That's the consciousness they're in. They're in need of something that they do not see within themselves. So they go to an external source for an internal problem. And it causes cognitive dissonance.
Yeah. Yeah, but like, what is the consequence to that? Even if you are just like a stupid ass sheep, like, you know what I mean? Is there any consequence to that if you don't try to
I
see
think,
the truth?
honestly, this is speculation, but I think it's having to come back and do it all over again if you don't figure
I
it
think
out.
so too. I think so too. There's something to that too, for sure.
Like,
If
you
you,
do it until you get it. And if you don't get
that's
it,
why
you don't get
family's
it.
so, yeah, that's why family is so important in our genetic code and our family tradition values. Like Paul says, uh, how does he even say that? He rattles it off pretty quick. But how do you say that? Somebody help me. Values, principles. What's
Principles,
it?
freedom.
What?
I
Say
don't know
what?
what you're talking about. Rights, principles, spiritual faith.
Yeah. There
That
you go. Right. Values, principles,
rights,
spiritual
freedoms,
faith, all
principles,
that.
and
Yeah,
spiritual
it's like,
faith.
yeah, that's big. You know, that's why the elites, they don't, they take their bloodline extremely serious. From what I understand, is because, dude, I don't know, dude. Dude, that's fucking blowing my mind a little bit. Fuck. Chris Rasta, you there, brother?
Are you there, brothers and sisters? I feel all alone.
He's sitting in the corner being silent. It's weird.
That's the thing about OTW's broadcast. There's waves of silence.
Yeah, it happens.
Oh, I wasn't talking about that. I was hoping Chris was gonna say something.
No, Chris,
Chris
Chris,
Ross is getting a blowjob from that girl of his.
Must be.
yeah, but not just that. Chris is kind of like, yeah, he does the, how can I say that? He's like, clickbait. Yeah, that's what Chris Rasta is. He comes up here and he says, just my presence is enough. Just to, people want to click the link and just be beside me, and just knowing that I'm on panel is like, that is like contribution enough.
So is that Rasta baiting?
It's Ross debating, yes sir. That's what it's. Yeah, it's a good term. I like that. We'll be using that one from now on.
Cross debate. Damn, we can't get him to say shit.
I'm gonna have to use that one on Scrabble. Rasta baiting.
Rasta beat.
That would be a fun game. Scrabble on Slavia version.
Damn, I wish this wind would die down so I could hit the road, but I don't think it's going to.
Yeah, I was out this morning with my little teeny weeny truck, and the wind was freaking swing me left and right, man. I was like, wow, man. I think I'm just gonna, and I have to go out later too.
It's saying it's supposed to calm down at like 4 or 5, but fuck, I don't know if I want to wait that long. You got like a 2-hour ride. This thing doesn't like the wind. I got a hatch up here that kind of flaps and shit. Little vent hatch that kind of flaps, and if it rains, it leaks in there. Pain in the ass.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, I know. I need to figure something out. I've gotten up there and kind of pushed down on it, and it just doesn't want to. It's like, I don't know, something's either like bent or it just doesn't want to seal right. This thing's kind of old. It's a 2001, so you can imagine. It looks nice.
It looks good for
Oh,
2001. Man, that's fucking thing is beautiful, man.
bro. OTW, this guy, he was in like a Park Avenue or something with his buddy. They had to be smoking joints or something, just cruising through town. He fucking seen me, dude, come by him. You should have seen the look on his face, dude. He was like waving at me and smiling. He was just like him and his buddy were having the best time. They're like, holy shit, that thing's so cool. Probably because I didn't have metal, plate on the back, but that and just how old this thing is, it's like, I don't know, it is pretty neat. I got pretty good taste, OTW.
Yeah, that would suit my needs, honestly. What you got there, that's pretty much I'd be down for something like that. That'd be pretty good. For starters, I think that would make it.
Yeah, it's perfect for one person. I'm just too tall for it. It's the only reason I don't like it.
No, I think it would be good even for two people and a dog.
I hit my head on the fucking AC unit. Just barely. It's kind of annoying. But, yeah, I almost put the Harley on the back of this thing, but I'm kind of glad I didn't, because that thing probably would have fucking been on the pavement. Or there's some of these roads, man, in Texas, I think the one time I caught air with this fucking thing, I was going about 70. Well, the speed limit's 75. I was going like 72. Fucking, I swear I caught like an inch of air. Yeah, fucking Harley would have been dragging down the road.
Yeah.
It's too cold anyways. Fuck. You could ride when it's 60, I get 50, 60, but.
Yeah, but you'd have to go down further south.
Yeah, I'm going west. Fuck, I'm going to go to. Well, I don't want to say too much, but I'm going west.
Going to go meet the cowboys out west?
Yo, buckle bunnies. I'm hopefully going to hit the springs and shit. There's a bunch of springs and caves, and New Mexico's got a lot of fucking dispersed camping. You can park and sit wherever, pretty much. Wherever you want. There's a lot of spots. So.
Freedom saying Tinder is offering free STDs for the month of December.
Woo!
Hey, everybody get your free STDs today.
Fucking right, dude.
Limited supplies. Get yours while you can.
Does it come with 6 free hoes?
If your pee ain't burning, you ain't fucking learning. I don't know. I got nothing.
If your pee ain't burning.
I seen some video the other day. Some guy was like, "Man, my pee's burning." He's like, just one of them dudes that's on Snapchat, fucking banging tons of chicks, like probably every day, a chick a day at least. He's like, "Man, my pee burns." Like, dude, yeah, you probably got something, bruh.
Little bit of gonorrhea, syphilitis.
You can't just be raw dogging fucking California hoes and think you're gonna just get by, I don't know. I guess as long as you don't get the HIV or something, you're good, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Get the AIDS, get the fucking gonorrhea. Get up here, fucking dick. God damn it, Dick.
Yeah, Dick.
We love Dick. Dick is always welcome here.
It's never too late to stop being a dick.
Oh, man. I should show you this house over here. It's got a fucking old windmill. I walked up to it with a water tower. I don't think you can see it, but pretty neat.
Yeah. It looks a little bit like where I live, honestly. It's,
Dude,
I have
this
I have a little river like that right in the back of my house.
Nice. Yeah, it's dammed up, and that guy's got a ton of cactuses in his backyard. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I seen a turtle over there too. Big turtle, probably. Dude, he was probably 2 feet long, at least. He was a big fucker. Went down into a hole right when he seen me. But
Yeah, but you must have scared him off, right?
Oh yeah, he seen me and fucking went hiding.
Yeah, you didn't look like a turtle at all. He goes, yo, man, that's not a turtle. I'm out of here.
Shit. If it wasn't so windy, I'd go walk around.
Hey, I'll catch you guys later if you're still on.
No, you won't.
Okay. Okay, bye, brothers.
Bye, nubs. Bye, nubsy, nubsy. See you later, nubsy boy.
10:30. Fucking A, man.
Oh, so you're just an hour away. So you're like central United States.
West Texas.
Okay.
Yep.
Because it's 11:30 here.
About to go to New Mexico. Probably be there tomorrow-ish. Yeah, there's some caves and shit I'm trying to go hang out at. And like I say, there's a lot of dispersed camping. I can pretty much go anywhere. Fuel up. I got a generator and solar. And
It's Westworld, dude. We live in Westworld, man.
the fuck is that?
You've never seen the TV series Westworld?
Nah.
It's with Anthony Hopkins and a couple of other pretty good actors. I think it was like an AMC TV series or something. It was like you had to pay for the channel or whatever back in the day. But it was good, man. And it's like, yeah, it was a little bit like, I think the realm that we live in is kind of like that. It's like when you look at everything, it's kind of like, yeah, man, that makes sense. Maybe they are hiding things from us. Maybe we are in a fucking computer simulation like the Matrix.
Like, what do you mean? Like, based on free, like, traveling, people are, like, too scared to do what I'm doing, or what?
No, what I'm saying is this whole reality in itself is a, like on the holodeck of the fucking Enterprise. You know what I'm saying?
Not really.
Have you ever watched Star Trek?
Nope.
Oh, well,
Dude,
there you go. See, that was a Star Trek reference.
I'm not too much into the sci-fi shit, man.
Yeah, I was a sci-fi nerd my whole freaking life. And then imagine when I found out that space didn't really exist, how that fucked me up.
Oh, damn. Yeah, see, that's the thing, dude. Like, when everybody when I was in high school, Star Wars was kind of big, I guess. And I'm just like, dude, I don't even really believe in space. Like, I see lights in the sky, like they call them stars, luminaries, whatever. Like, and then there's shit like we call planets. Dude, we don't know what the fuck these things are, man. These people, oh man, you know what I'm saying, Otav? They
Absolutely, but I didn't, as a child, you tend to believe everything you're told. You don't,
Right.
Since you have no experience of this place, you tend to just listen to other people that have experienced this place, right?
I'm not that good of a speaker, I would say, but I don't know. I'm pretty I would say highly intelligent because of that. Because when I was young, dude, I would say probably 12, 13 years old, I was questioning all that shit, like everything. I was born in 91, so I don't know.
I think it was somewhere around the age of 10 where I started realizing in the place that we lived in, and I think it was always present in my throughout all my life, but it was never something that I actually applied as a way of life because I think I never really understood I was like acting out of, I believe, like the inner knowledge without knowing it, right? So I was like, it's till you actually come to a realization eventually that you have this particular knowledge and you know how to apply it, that you realize that at certain moments in your life that you actually did use that knowledge without even knowing.
Yeah.
And that stems all the way back up to grade school, bro.
Fuck. Yeah, shit. Like, what was I getting to? I had to put my phone down. I'm tired of holding it in my hand. What else when I was... Oh, the flat Earth. Like, well, whatever this realm is, somewhat flat or whatever. And, dude, they don't even... they don't... Man, this world's way bigger than they probably tell us, even. Like, even when I was a kid, I was like, dude, this isn't... We're not on a big ball, man. There's no fucking way. You can't put water on a ball. Like, nobody can do that.
It's the model is not, like, it's not demonstrable.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? I had that and knew that at 13, probably 12 or 13, and I just kept quiet for the most of the time, you know, a couple years at least, because, you know, everybody would just like demonize you like they still do, you know, when you're an adult. It's just like, I don't know. It's crazy that people can't figure it out over time. I guess it takes, like we were talking about earlier, sitting by yourself and knowing yourself is probably the key to it. People just don't do that. Most people don't do that. That's probably why, yeah, I don't know. Intelligence comes from knowing self, like everybody says. A lot of people are stuck to
right, and you know what?
Different groups of people and their energy. I can sit by myself for fucking ever.
It's like yesterday, dude. You're reminding me of the interaction I had over at Glenn's, where he was asking me for evidence and proof, and the only evidence and proof that I had was me and other people like-minded as myself. Those were the ones that are actually walking the walk, like yourself, G. You're actually walking the walk, man. You know, so there's a difference between somebody who's actually walking the walk and somebody who's preaching words coming out of a book.
Yeah.
And believing that that's real. When the person that's actually walking the walk and living that particular lifestyle has much more to say about it than the person who's only reading about it.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Experience over anything, man. Like you say, these people read a text and they think they got it. Like, it's like anything in life. Experience trumps anything, everything. Like, somebody could tell you exactly how to do something and you're going to fuck it up. You know what I mean? It's just like the simplest thing could even be fucked up. So, yeah.
That's why I understand why we need to be more than one person when it comes to debating the topic with a group of people, right? Two or more is just perfect, right? It's like if you have, like, let's say 2 or 3, let's say 3 people, that's like the Trinity. That's where everybody's got their back. You got somebody's, you know, it's what one of the third person didn't think of, the other 2/3 will think of for you. You're right. So it's like you'll always have an answer to practically anything. And some of us are really, really good at holding our stance by ourselves, and Paul is one of those.
Yeah, and when people get together, OTW, we tend to, as humans, like try to do things to impress each other, and like, you know what I mean? I don't know. It's just like human nature, you know what I mean? When you get into too big of a group, I don't know, bad things can happen pretty quickly, especially over time.
Well, you see, that's the thing. You See, I lost my train of thought, man. It'll come back. Hold on a second. I want to read Freedom's comment here.
Oh yeah, I haven't even
Because
been
I will
looking
come
at
up here at some point. I am on a panel
looking at-
hiatus to keep my focus and move some things forward in my personal life. Cool.
Quit jerking off, Dick.
Yo, Timmy's in the house.
Timmy.
Are you folks want to make some 4-ply working part-time? I do. I do. Got my hand up and everything. Requirements: coach, able, self-motivated, and honor able. Yeah, those are absolutely 3 characteristics that I can embody. Actually, pretty easily, too. So it's hard for me to do that. Doing cold calls? What are cold calls?
I'm surprised Timmy doesn't like trade the markets or anything. You guys ever heard of
Maybe
Forex?
he doesn't need to. Maybe, well, I don't even know. I mean, it's like, I don't know Timmy that much.
Have you guys ever heard of the foreign exchange market? Like euro against the US dollar, USD against the Japanese yen. You can like trade the price of it. You never heard anything like that?
No.
Damn. It's the biggest market in the world. You should look into that, man.
Run that by me again. What market?
It's called the foreign exchange market, short for, well, it is called Forex. That's short for foreign exchange market.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the biggest market in the world. So you can trade like the price of gold. You can trade the price of silver. You can trade the price of fucking US 30, like the top 30 companies in the country. You can trade oil. You can, like some of these different brokers let you trade different shit. But yeah, you just sign up with a broker and they let you trade with leverage. So you could put, say, probably 20, 50 bucks. You could probably put 50, depending on what you're trading. Some things you got to have a little bit more money. Like if you're starting on gold, you probably want to have $100 or silver, at least $100. But yeah, you can trade the market, and if you buy and the market goes up, you're making money. If you sell and the price goes down, you make money. But obviously opposite, it can move crazy sometimes when there's news out. So you got to watch for that. But yeah, it's the biggest market in the world.
It's the buy
man.
low, sell high dynamic, right?
Yeah, pretty much. But like I said, you can buy, and if the price, like, let's see, like Euro USD is probably at like 1.32 or some shit or whatever it was at. I don't trade that. I trade gold usually, but yeah, you can trade 5 days a week. And then there's crypto too. Like you can even trade the price of crypto. So that's, some brokers let you trade 7 days a week because of crypto. But Forex, the actual foreign exchange market, is just 5 days a week. But yeah, you can make insane amounts of money. You just have to be really, you got to manage your money well, and you got to be on top of your shit pretty much. So I would definitely start like with demo money first. I wouldn't, you know what I mean? You can start with fake money and just play with the market and, get used to it. But yeah, that's an option for you.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's, like I said, the biggest market in the world. You can trade 5 days a week. How do you say that?
24 hours?
24, 365.
Huh.
Yep. Yeah, it closes at 5 on Friday and opens on Sunday at 5 o'clock. Yeah, I think. Yep.
All right.
Yeah, that's an option for you, OTW, man. You can do that from your computer. If you want to look at charts and analyze that and look at patterns and shit, because patterns are big in life. I remember when Paul was talking about crypto, he's been into that stuff. That's a decent investment if you're looking long term. But for an exchange market, it's a daily thing. You can make money every single day. Crypto too. Crypto is crazy right now. That shit's about to go nutty. And
Yeah,
not
I'm
just
looking at that right now,
Bitcoin.
actually.
Yeah, Bitcoin's at what is Bitcoin at right now? I wonder. It's too fucking cloudy, or I'd have my computer on right now. I guess I could turn it on. But yeah, Bitcoin just hit 100K, and that was made by the government. So when they say that you can't use that anymore and go to these other coins that are actually been put in place to pretty much run the monetary system that's coming in the future. ISO 20022 is the protocol that they're going to use, and it's extremely fast, and they're going to call it a level playing field. They've been saying that for fucking years now. It's going to be called a level playing field because everything's going to be recorded and tracked. Every single transaction. Anybody that's using it will be, tracked and traced. So it'll be like digital slavery, but yeah, it moves money in under fucking 10 seconds. Like typically like 3 to 7 seconds. Some of these digital currencies move. Like they have no choice but to use it. These banks, dude, like to send money cross borders right now is insane. They're just now fucking getting into it. And Elon Musk is gonna put that shit. Dude, he's that dude's a fucking snake. He's pushing. What did he push at the one point? Dogecoin.
Right, that's Dogecoin. Yeah, he's pushing the
Yeah,
Dogecoin.
yeah. He pumped that motherfucker up to the sky, dude. That was at I knew about Dogecoin under a penny, and it's at like 50 cents right now.
Wow.
I knew about XRP under a fucking penny. I knew about all these fucking coins under a penny. I should be a fucking billionaire by now, but I just fucked up a couple times and made mistakes. And dude, yeah, it's digital slavery. I don't want to be involved with it at all. I'm not even gonna put it back into dollars. I'm gonna spend the shit eventually, and they can get fucked with the rest of it. You know what I mean? Maybe I'll pass it down to my kid or something someday. Hopefully, if it doesn't, you know what I mean? But yeah, like, oh fuck, that shit was just at like 50 cents the other day. Some of these coins, XLM, XDC, holy shit, dude, they're all gonna be extremely massive. It's gonna blow people's skulls what they're gonna do, the value they're gonna provide. It's gonna be insane. You could put $20 in that shit and hold it for fucking 10 years, and you're gonna be fucking beyond wealthy. Like, no bullshit. Some of these coins are still under a dollar. Imagine if you had 20 of fucking a Bitcoin, and Bitcoin's just a store of value. Are you guys still listening to me?
Yeah, I'm
OTW?
fucking right here, man.
Okay. I was just making sure you're
Yeah,
listening.
I'm here.
Uh,
Yeah, I'm here.
OTW. Bitcoin is just a store of
No,
value.
don't fuck
man.
OTW unless you're a woman.
Oh, boy, that's funny. Bitcoin's just a store of value, man. It's literally just made by the NSA. It's like a demo for cryptocurrency. They got everybody's attention. Look at that price, dude. Everybody's attention's on that motherfucker. Just wait till that spikes up to a higher price of like 250K OTW, and then the fucking shit will just fucking fall out of the floor, dude. Or some shit. I have no idea what's going to happen, but they're going to flip. It's going to flip at some point. What in the fuck, man? You guys think, I mean, unless they're going to continue going with Bitcoin, man, maybe that is the fucking plan. I don't think so, though. I think even Paul has said it before. They're going to flip the script. They're going to pull the rug on everybody, and it's going to get fucking crazy, dude. The fucking internet of value is going to make the world explode as far as technology. Like, people don't even have a slightest clue as to what the fuck is going to happen in the future with these digital currencies. It's like beyond I don't know. It's beyond comprehension. You think 100K for crypto is a lot. It's like I said, it has no value. It's just Like, have you ever sent Bitcoin to anyone?
So what you're saying essentially is like they're gonna fucking get everybody into the digital currency and then pull the plug, and then everybody's gonna be like lose all of their value, wealth, and everything. And like you said, it's gonna blow up. This is what you think?
I think things are gonna flip because we can't. It's not sustainable. We can't keep going with Bitcoin because it's not scalable. They say like, oh, they got this Lightning network. Yeah, but like when you send Bitcoin, it takes like 10, it could, at one point when I sent it, it was like an hour to get across, and they just can't scale. It's too power consuming. They say like, dude, if you look up like the stats on Bitcoin of the energy consumption, dude, the governments are not going to let that fly. They created it. Yeah, but that doesn't mean it's going to be used forever, in my opinion. Like, why would they continue to use that if it's using so much energy and it's so slow?
There has to be some correlation to the electric universe that's being pushed as a new way of life.
Yeah,
it has to be connected. The digital currency obviously is going to be connected to the electrical grid.
Yeah. The Internet of Things, the chip in your fucking hand or wherever the fuck they put it, your head, back of your neck. I don't fucking know. It doesn't matter if it's in your body, it's in your body. But yeah, they're going to have a chip that they're going to put in people, and you're going to be scanning your fucking shit to get all your groceries and all your things, and it's going to have all your information. And when you're considered a naughty, they're going to say, boop, no more Mr. fucking G fucking man on the land, no more Mr. fucking all that. So yeah, dude, it's like, oh man. So like my opinion on Bitcoin is they're gonna run the price up crazy because it does have like a store of value. That's definitely the value of it. You can put your money there and nobody can fuck with it.
Yeah, but if your wallet, you have a 21-word password, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, and then you got this big long fucking thing you got to write down and remember. And if somebody gets that code, they have all your shit. Unless you split it up into multiple, like ledgers. Everybody that's got crypto probably has a private ledger like me. But yeah, if somebody gets your code, they have all your shit, dude. Like, what if that gets burnt in a fire or you know what I mean? Or you got to store it like 2 different places and like, dude, yeah, it's enslavement, man. Complete and utter enslavement. I have no interest in being involved with it. It's just a value come up. I want to be super fucking wealthy so I can have fuck you money. And I can pass that off to people that I love. But yeah, Bitcoin is just a store. I don't know. I'm looping. Go ahead. You're like, fuck, I don't know what to say after that.
Yeah, sorry, I had to step away for a couple of seconds there.
But yeah, there's a couple. There's 2 options right there for you, OTW.
Unplugged my earphones.
You're always on your computer, man. All you got to do is click to another screen, and you're on your little broker app, or on your, what do you call that? It's MT4, and then you sign in with your broker and on the MT4 app. It's like its own little app on your screen, your homepage or whatever. You know what I mean? And you can trade 5 days a week.
I was more or less. What do you think about one of these little automatic miners?
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. I was going to talk about that. Thank you for saying that. That's part of it too. Like they're eventually going to mine all the fucking coins. Like that's been obsolete for a long time. They've created, coins that are already, in existence. Like mining was fucking obsolete like 10 years ago, 15 years ago. Like that's why the price of it's so insane to me, that it's gotten that high kind of, but it's going to keep going higher probably. Oh man, it's too energy consuming, and people be like, oh well, the mining's almost over. Maybe they could be right. They could possibly be right. What if they speed it up and it's like super super quick, and maybe I'm wrong. It's possible, but I highly fucking doubt it. The writings on the wall, man, they like, it's just like how they do everything, dude. It's like, create the problem and then here's the solution. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They create the chaos, create the problem, and then everybody's like, fuck Bitcoin, you know, like, why the fuck's it at such a high price? Like, blah, 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 blah. And I don't know, we'll have some sort of like black swan event, you know, where things flip. We have to go back to what do they call it? The Great Reset, man.
Right.
It's like they're trying to play nature and shit. They want to reset everything, and dude, it's gonna get nasty, man. It's gonna get real fucking nasty at some point. I don't know when. We gotta run up to quite a run up to 2030 yet. That's their goal, is to, you know, have one world currency, one world government.
So the storm is coming.
What's that?
The storm is coming. Remember when Trump got first elected the first time? He goes, "This is the calm before the storm."
Yeah. Why do you think everybody's so asleep, man? They look at the skies. The storm is here, man. They spray every fucking chance they get.
No, but the real storm, I believe, is like, it was a metaphor for shit hitting the fan, like when they decide to pull the plug on everything.
Oh yeah.
And do that particular reset.
This realm's so controlled. Yeah, they like. It could be a couple of days from now. It could be fucking 3-4 years from now. We don't know. You know,
because they know that they can take people's freedoms and do all of the manipulation that they did and convince people of all kinds of things. So now that they've acquired that data, the next step is to implement the next what do you want to call it? The next 911 or the next CV19 or the next I don't know what, but it's coming.
You just hit on a big point there too, OTW. Data's huge. That's what they're after too, bro. They're after everything. They want everything from you. They want to know everything about you. They want to know how you fucking breathe at night. You think it's so deep, like the control of this grid is so deep. I shouldn't even have a fucking cell phone, but you know what I mean? Eventually I won't. I probably won't. I probably will fucking throw this bitch in the creek someday.
Well, I actually kept in my possession 2 different things that I figured I would actually need eventually at one point.
Yeah.
Was hold on, let me bring this out. Yeah. This thing here. Right? So these old cell phones, right?
Nice.
Don't have internet connection.
Yep, I could go back to that right now for sure.
And I just put my SIM card in this thing, and the only thing you can do is you can text me and you can call me, but no more Facebook, no more. It's no more of this shit here, right? This shit. It's this. So I figured, if something really, if I really get worried and I believe that something's really fucking fishy. It's gonna go in the river, and I'm just gonna put the SIM card in there.
Yep.
So I don't know if necessarily they'll be able to track it anyway, but at least they won't be getting any of the internet data. They won't be getting any of my information, passwords, this and that. They'll most likely the only thing they'll have is my location, where and when. But besides that, they won't have anything else.
Fuck, I plan to put all my stuff into. I'll still probably have a cell phone for quite a while. Eventually, once I get to a certain age, I'm sure I'll give it up completely. But
dude, I even still have a pager, bro.
You could just put it in a Faraday box. You know what I mean?
Check it out. I have a pager, man.
Yeah. You hear me though, OTW?
Yeah, I hear you.
A Faraday box is very important, man. What if something EMPs us, or all the electronics go poop, dude?
Well, then. Well, no, there's other ways of communicating. But obviously now you have to go back to the pigeon, the messenger pigeons and shit.
The average person, society as a whole is in trouble, is what I meant. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right there.
So there's going to be chaos. But if you had that in a box, you're sitting a lot better than most people. Yep, along with, dude, you got to be ready with filtration and a way to start fires, obviously.
Yeah, you got to get your shit
You're
together.
smart.
That's for sure, man.
You're from Canada. You know how to fucking survive, dude. You Canadians could come down here and fucking thrive, I bet, because you live in such
I have a
perfect
feeling
climate.
that if I went to the United States, that for some reason I'd be well off. And one guy, I went on a vacation to Mexico, and I met up with a couple of Mexicans, and I was playing guitar, and I was having fun with the buddies and people that I went to Mexico with. And the Mexican guy goes, dude, all you would need here in Mexico is that guitar, and you would live like a king here.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I'm like, are you serious? It goes, oh yeah, because nobody plays the contemporary music or mainstream music that you listen to here in Canada and the United States. It's mostly around Mexico and in the surrounding population is Mexican music. So when somebody comes along and starts playing Johnny B. Good and all kinds of contemporary rock or whatever, it's like all of those hits from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and it's just like going through the whole freaking thing. It's like it's just people go mad. It's like you have people dancing and going nuts over there. It's just like their appreciation for music is much higher than here in Quebec. It's like it's like here in Quebec, if you're a musician, you're practically low level. You're on the lowest spectrum of the societal hierarchy. So
yeah, you could do that in America too, man. Some of these, I don't know, to make the Bitcoin or whatever you want to call it, you'd have to go into a city probably, but yeah, man, it's whatever you want to do. If you wanted to do something like that, fucking go for it.
Yep.
But America's better than Canada. Fuck.
Well, I think you're somewhat more free,
For now, yeah.
I mean, I don't really know to what extent, and I know that every state is different, so that's another thing, right? So, but even here in Quebec, I mean, it's not all the same police everywhere. There's some places where there's still local police, and then all the rest around the regions is all SQ, which is how can I say, like another form of police, but they kind of look like military police. They're all in green. They're all dark green, and yeah. It's kind of like military police. That's what it feels like, anyway.
Yeah, you guys got some SS like the Nazis had.
Yeah, they're called the SQ and La Sûreté du Québec. But they're like provincial police.
Yeah, Trudeau sold you guys out about the same time that America was sold out, from what I understand, as far as like the currency system, the fiat system in the 70s. From what I just learned, like literally yesterday, I think Trudeau sold you guys out in like 1973 or
yeah,
4,
the father, right? Mr. Pierre Trudeau.
Yeah,
sold us out back then. Yeah, he fucked up the whole fucking. He's the one who fucked up Canada.
Yep. Yeah. See, it all happened pretty much the same time, dude. It's like a natural cycle of life. Of how humans do it. We just keep fucking going in a circle, fucking evil always rises to the fucking power somehow. Or maybe they never lost power. They probably never lost power. They got such ancient knowledge, man. They just never lost power. These people are probably like,
right. They've always been working things behind the scenes. Yeah.
They're probably reincarnating here on purpose because they're so fucking worldly demons. You know what I mean? They want to be here. They probably, they want to be here. They just keep reincarnating and keep controlling everything.
Right. And use some kind of like the Egyptians, or like they like somebody sacrifices themselves to have that person reincarnate into that person. It's like, I don't remember, you watch the Mummy series or something like that.
Yeah, dude, you never know, man. Like you say, they got ancient knowledge way beyond our comprehension. I'm sure, dude. We're just little minions in this fucking place, little sheep. But yeah, man, karma's a bitch. I don't know. Hopefully, right? You think you
Right.
can't just keep coming back here and being a fucking demon, evil fucking scum, but maybe you can. Maybe that's why this place sucks. You know, has such shitty problems.
Well, you know what? I had come to some particular, how can I say these? Maybe not theories, but let's say ideas on where we actually are in essence in the first place, and it correlates with somebody, like some guy who wrote a book on this particular topic. Is we don't have to worry about death because we're actually already dead. And this is purgatory or hell, right? And you know, in other words, you're just here to rebuild your spiritual, your awareness of the fact that you're dead. You know, like, so when you want to ascend, and where they're calling about spiritual ascension, it's because it's coming out of of hell and going back up to and rise back up to heaven. But it's an internal work. It's realizing that you're not this physical body, that you're much more than that. You're actually an eternal being. You got to, you know, I guess you got to walk yourself through the narrow path to get back to heaven, man. It's here. It's happening now.
So you think there's a heaven?
Yeah, but it's here.
So it could be here if we have the right consciousness.
Yes.
I think so too, OTW. I think you're fucking right.
You can live heaven on earth. You just have to manifest heaven on earth for yourself.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because you're
know,
already in the realm of the dead. You're not. That's why a lot of people say this isn't a physical body. It doesn't exist. We're in a simulation or whatever. Well, it would make sense if you're in hell, but there's an opportunity for you to get out of there.
Yeah.
You have to do the work, and that's why you can believe that you can get out of hell. But if you don't do the work to get there, it's just not going to happen. That's why faith without works is like a woman's rag.
Yeah, you just stay enslaved. Dude, yeah, there's communities out there that I've researched that live like big, 100, 200 people. They call it an eco village or whatever. They don't live with money. They just wake up every day, co-create with each other. You know what I mean? They have fun. They have kids running around. It's like the views they have are like beautiful. It's all nature. There's no, like everywhere you travel around on the land, there's trash everywhere. Like, dude, these people are living like the life. You just got to step into something like that, or have a group of people that want to do the same thing, or, you know what I mean? Then people are so free. It's crazy, OTW, how free some of these communities and people are. And we just keep fucking slaving away and fucking doing our thing and paying our taxes and rody-dody-da and fucking.
Right. Like this guy I was watching this morning, a little 6-minute video, and he was, I think, kind of making fun of the gun laws and allegorically correlating it to a shovel. Seemingly enough, the guy was smart enough to do that. So I have to pull that up, guys, and show you. It was really good. The bit, non-bit. Yeah. So hold on, let me pull it up. Just to be
fuck. I can't see. Hopefully I don't go out if I hit this.
All right, so gotta go back to the history. Go.
Yeah, the weird thing about some of them communities is they don't allow you to have any possessions, and I don't think you can have guns. So like, what if somebody came to that community and like just overtook you? You know what I mean? So that's why that was never really an option for me. It's like you have to have an arm. It's like a shovel. Your arm and a shovel are the same thing pretty much. It's a tool. You know what I mean? If you don't have an arm, dude, we are so fucked if we don't have an arm, dude.
Right.
I don't travel around without my arm. I'll tell you that fucking right now, man. I'll tell that straight to a judge. Do you know how fucking, dude, you're laying at night with fucking people around you, slaves around you that are unpredictable? I tell you what, I ain't sitting here without fucking one. Try and make me, motherfucker. It's my right under God, dude. That motherfucker is my arm. It should be on me at all times. I don't know why it isn't. I'm too much of a little bitch to do it sometimes. I'll admit it. I should have that motherfucker. If I got a fucking set of fucking sweatpants on, OTW, I should have that motherfucker.
I tried to make this video quite
Hold on,
literally
sorry
a
about
dozen
that.
times.
It just started by itself.
No, go ahead. You can. I don't care.
Yeah.
You want to.
The video actually started playing by itself. I didn't mean to cut you off.
You know
but
what
watch
I'm saying?
this, okay? The guy is literally talking about guns here. Yeah,
Right.
of course. Hold on a sec. I just want to bring up the speed of it because I don't want to get a copyright for it.
Here in Texas, I definitely should. Nobody gives a fuck about arms down here. This is why Texas is so cool. It seems to be I can travel freely. I don't know if I told you, I got passed by a bike cop the other day. Didn't look back at me. Didn't look back to see if I had a plate on the front. He just was cruising in the center of his lane, went right past me. I was going way under the speed limit, just coming up to a stop, probably stoplight a little ways ahead of me. Just cruise right past me.
Probably they know if you don't have a license because you live in that thing.
Well, dude, yeah, that's part of it, man. This is my home. Like, I'm not
right.
I'm not bending for shit. This is my home. I'm gonna fucking protect it like a badger, dude. Anybody,
the people or the policemen down there maybe are essentially understand what human rights are.
Oh yeah,
you know?
I've had sheriffs cruise by me as I'm parked too. They don't knock on my door. They don't do nothing, man. I look official. You know what I mean? Besides not having a piece of metal on the back, which I could put one on there. I got one sitting right here. I could put one on it, but I just don't because I kind of want the interaction for some reason. I'm kind of like Paul, man. I wouldn't mind the interaction. Can you see? Yeah, I got this little plate.
It's the exempt one. You have an exempt plate too. You could actually put that on there and you wouldn't even have any problems.
Yeah, I could put that on there if I wanted to. But, it says diplomatic. There's a few things I don't like about it. It says diplomatic traveler, and then it's got that fucking globe. I don't know. It's solid.
Oh, it's the globe thing.
No, yeah, I'm just being funny.
You can't have it all, eh? It's like it looks perfect, but then it has that little fucking thing that you're going, man, God, why?
God, I'm terrible with this view. I can't see.
No, it's all right. We see it here. Let me pull it full screen for a second there. Look at that, guys. Diplomatic traveler.
I'm so bad.
Not for hire. Not bad, man. I like that. That's pretty good. Just a globe.
Should I put it on the back?
No. If you're actually willing to have the interaction and get it on footage and everything, I believe that that would probably, or maybe that would actually trigger. Maybe it would be a trigger. That would actually instigate the interaction.
Yep. That's what I thought too, OTW. And I'm just gonna roll privately. This is my private home. This is my
I call it my home on wheels.
Yep, exactly. That's what I like too. Where I park is where I sleep, bro. I'll park right in front of the cop shop. I don't give a fuck. I do drive past the cop shop or drive. See, they got me subconsciously still too. I travel right past the cop shop too, or wherever I'm going, wherever I need to go, I go there. There's no, like, I don't avoid places. I go exactly where I need to go, everywhere.
All right, so check out the comedic aspect to the shovel correlation to guns, guys. Check it out. It's hilarious. This is a fellow Canadian.
I tried to make this video quite literally a dozen times. I think I found out how I can do it. The government wants to take away some more shovels up here in Canada. Now, in the United States, the right to bear shovels is the Second Amendment. So important, it's right behind the freedom of speech. So I am a law-abiding shovel owner. This is my shovel. There's a lot like them out there, but this one is mine. It's a pain in the butt owning a shovel. You have to get licenses. You have to register some of them. This one's a little scary because it's black, so they really like taking those away. And then they took away a bunch of the shovels. They took away all of the little shovels, so you can't even buy or sell little shovels anymore. Now, this is a beautiful tool I use occasionally when I need to. Sometimes I use it for fun. Sometimes I practice using it so I get proficient with it. And occasionally I've needed this on the farm to protect my family from a coyote. Stop stealing my chickens. Now, the shovel is one of many tools that I actually need and I enjoy using and I become proficient in using. There's many reasons why you'd own a shovel: for hunting, for fun, for even protection, except for in the country that I live in. That's frowned upon. There's multiple times this shovel has fed my family. Actually, lots of times the shovel has fed my family. A lot of times I could have protected my chickens and goats if I was able to carry one of these, because it's kind of a pain in the butt carrying one of these all the time. Now, anything bad that's ever happened in my country hasn't...
Okay, so I have to pause this because you have to see the correlation he's making with the guns, right? How he's speaking and how he's like auto-censoring, but at the same time... using allegory or metaphors to get the message out. It's just, it's ingenious, guys. I love it. It's creative. Say what?
I said Canadian humor.
Yeah, check it out.
Hasn't happened from a law-abiding shovel owner like myself. It's happened from illegal shovels coming up from places like the United States. Now, when a corporation
illegal shovels
creates corporate policy and says that
illegal shovels coming up from the United States. It's just, this is good. Oh yeah. I needed a good laugh.
shovels are bad and they scare people because most people live in cities and don't do any shoveling whatsoever or have any concept of anything bad that could happen where you might need a shovel. After the shovels are gone from the last remaining partially free individuals, I wonder what happens. That typically leads to very, very bad things. I suppose I realize most people went to public school and were never taught what happens, but, you know, maybe you should look it up. Mao took the shovels. Stalin took the shovels. Fidel Castro took the shovels. Lots of really bad people took the shovels away. That's so weird. Only the corporation's policy enforcers should have shovels. That's a good idea. Your government loves you. Now, when your corporation or government decides that they want to send you off to war to go through the meat grinder, they'll probably, when your corporation, aka government, wants to take the final remaining shovels away, there's probably a reason where you're probably going to need a shovel. Hey guys, you know all that stuff that we're planning on doing? Well, the citizens still have their shovels. Oh, we can't do that yet. It's not really so much about ever using this thing, and I hope I never really have to use one of these. It's that it's in a free individual's hand. Now this shovel, when I put it down, it doesn't do any harm or do anything, as it's just a tool. It would just be, it would be the person that does bad things. The amount of damage I could do in close proximity with this little Buddha statue, if I wanted to. It's not the little Buddha that does bad things. It's the person behind it. So if your plan is to take away all the shovels from the good people, that just leaves shovels in the hand of bad people who don't follow all the shovel laws. If I wanted to do the most damage, there's no way I would pick a shovel. I'd get behind my big truck. You should ban all the trucks too, I guess. Let's not give them any ideas though. Lots of shovel owners over the years when they took the little ones away. Well, yeah, at least I got my long shovel, my regular shovel. Who really needed this anyways? Now what are you cucks gonna say? What do you need a black shovel for? A wood one that's the exact same thing would be just fine, because they hurt my emotions less. The emotional bureaucrat said that this black shovel, which is the same as a wood one, is scary. Now most people, they're just humans, right? So most people will say, you know, I have a family. Is it worth it? I'm gonna, you know, it's not worth the struggle. So here you go, government. Here you go. Take my property away. But it's fine. It's part of being a weak human. Like, there's no arguing with these people. There's nothing you can say. There's nothing you can do. You can't be a good speaking statesman. You can't present good, legitimate arguments. You can't give them legitimate solutions. They want to take these away. You can't deal with communists rationally. maybe eventually one day there's a knock, knock, knock. Where's your black shovel? Or where's all your shovels? Or where's your wood shovel? Or where's your shovel with 2 heads on it? Or who knows? Or your shovel's too long? Or we're just taking away all the shovels. For the people who are going to confiscate free individual shovels, they're going to have to make the decision when it's knock, knock time. And it's a decision that they have to make. It's not a decision that I have to make, because freedom is important to me and stealing is bad. And I know how important it is to have a shovel. Well, hopefully that video didn't get me excommunicated from the YouTube and internet, but we'll see what happens. That's about as milk toasty as I can put things. Thanks for watching, and if I'm still around, we'll see you next time.
Wasn't that awesome?
That was pretty
Like
funny.
the bit non-bit.
You gotta watch out for them big black shovels. Big black. Oh shit. Yeah, buddy.
It was great.
Dude, yeah, that's the last step they gotta take, man.
That's a fucking good one, dude. I love that. Don't sleep with your shovel under your pillow. Lucid is literally a victim of having his gun under his pillow and literally blowing a hole through his head with the gun, with the shovel. I mean,
The show.
and he survived, bro. I call him Miracle Man.
It's funny shit.
He says, practice shovel safety.
Shovel lives matter.
Right. Shovel lives matter, people. We gotta save the shovels.
Don't be discriminating against the shovels.
Don't let the tyrannical government take your shovels away.
They will, though, OTW. They will let them. There's so many people that just even register their shit. Why would you do that? That's not theirs. It's yours. It's like all just fear-based, man. We need to get back to the, shit, not even the Constitution, just back to common sense, man. Jesus, fuck. Common law, common sense. Where's it at? Does anybody care about it? Fuck, there is some people, clearly. Bike cop
common sense left with God. You know, when God left this realm, it said, fuck y'all. Common sense took off with God.
I think there's about 10% of us that are still fighting. And fuck, that's what they want. They want 90% of us gone. So sounds about right. I was never good at math, but that adds up.
Yeah.
The jabbies and oh boy.
The jabbies and the Bible thumpers and the policy followers.
Dude, yeah, it just escalates slowly, man.
There's just so many of them, man. It's mind-blowing. How come there isn't a group of actually like how can I say this? Like I want to say like myself, but I mean like all of our higher selves. How come there isn't a group of completely awake individuals that actually commune together? Where are those? Where the fuck are those people?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, how come there are so fucking few of them?
Like, how come asked that before too, and probably Paul too. It's like where do we commune with the good people that are willing to fucking stand on some shit and die for rights and freedoms? Fuck, you don't even have to travel very much once you get on a piece of dirt too. Like, yeah, we gotta, man. I'm gonna figure it out. Hopefully, I can get around some people. That's the thing, dude. Once you buy a piece of dirt and you got slaves for neighbors, that's a fucking issue too.
Right. But, so it's like you got to build it and they will come. Kind of like the message in the Field of Dreams, right?
That's why I'm trying to just find a spot, like literally secluded, 20 minutes at least from anything. And that's tough to find nowadays, dude. There's just too many people. Oh, did you know OTW I don't know if this is true. You should ask the internet. From what I understand, there's 200,000 more people on the earth every day.
Okay, that's a lot. Fuck. Every 5 days, that's a million more people.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people in 1 year, man.
And they just keep running the debt up. Dude, things gotta fucking, oh man, that fucking something's gotta happen. And damn.
It's because what happens is, for some reason, oh yeah, dude. See, I'm gonna play another video from this guy. He had one on the climate change situation, which was fucking fantastic. Hold on a second. Oh man. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of this. Because it's fucking taking forever. Go back here. Get rid of that too. And go back here. Man, the tabs. Oh shit! And that whole time I actually had it up. Stupid me. Here it is. I just gotta share screen again.
Oh yeah, they're gonna force us back to the land, man. That's why that's gotta be the goal. I think that should be the goal for everyone. But man, somebody's got to live in the cities. Somebody's got to do all that. I mean, they don't have to, but
All right.
Front page news and second page. Bananas on the prairies. Dean Sofer grows bananas in a greenhouse on his land near Saskatoon. It's an unusual crop to see on the prairies, but it's just one example of how Canada's farmers are transforming and adapting due to climate change. I think I'm done with mainstream media. Let me tell you about this. So anybody that knows me or follows me for a while knows that climate change is almost a non-issue. I did not build this greenhouse and I did not build bananas due to climate change. In fact, the first bananas I ever harvested in our specialized greenhouse that I designed was in minus 45 Celsius. So I guess miniature ice ages help with growing extremely tropical plants with next to no energy.
You have stolen my dreams.
Now, I'd pretty much do an interview with anybody, but this guy, Jeremy at the Canadian Press, you could tell by the questions and what he's kind of pushing and wanting to get out of me.
How dare you?
But I'm very careful of what I say. So I specifically said in the interview when he's pushing for the climate agendas, I said, man-made climate change is almost a non-issue. The next thing that I said was, all it took was somebody with an idea and to build something to innovate, and we can grow bananas in zone 3 gardening. Just like somebody else invents something that's innovative and helps the rest of humanity, that's a good thing, right? Can we just stick to that? When you twist and manipulate and straight out lie, that's not a nice thing to do. But I guess some of this stuff went Canada-wide, and this is the main newspaper in the town that I live, the Star Phoenix, and the weekend edition. I was in Alberta at the time, and it wasn't until Sunday evening when I talked to my mother on the phone. She's like, did you happen to look at the newspaper? I'm like, no, why? Oh, you're front and second page, Dean. And here's page 2. I'm also on 2 nice pictures of me, but it's a bunch of different things that with all a climate change twist.
How dare you?
I'm worried about my quality of food, and it says that as well. And I'm also worried about inflation. Do you know what the definition of inflation is? Expansion of the currency supply. Okay? Who can expand the currency supply, aka print a whole bunch of currency? The governments and central banks. Okay. Now, when inflation goes up, the food prices go up. Obviously, there's a lot more currency chasing the same amount of goods. Okay. So inflation can only come from one place. Now, prices can rise and decrease for other reasons, which is not inflation. So, for example, we went through a 2 to 3 year drought cycle where I live. Okay. Now, hay bales, if you had to buy hay or an animal feed or straw, went way up because we had extreme drought. Now, this spring, it's back to kind of average and normal. Actually, we got so much rainfall here, we're going to have a bumper crop of hay. So in a little bit of a drought for 2 years, hay prices up. Okay. Now I'm going to have a bumper crop and probably get twice as much good quality hay and twice as much pasture. Hay prices go down. Okay, that's not inflation. That's not deflation. That's prices rising and falling based on a factor. Now, also, when governments and central banks print so much currency that it forces food prices up so high that the average person can't afford to buy food anymore, companies also do other things like shrinkflation, reduce the size of their crappy food that they're selling, or they'll even do substitution. So for an example about the quality of food, I thought I'd treat myself to some chicken wings, really expensive frozen chicken wings that I was going to make at home. I just was in a rush and I grabbed them. It was $20. That was enough to feed me. Okay, special treat for Dean. Goody. First ingredient, chicken. Second ingredient, soy. How does that even work?
This is all wrong.
I took my kids to get an ice cream cone after their swimming lessons and went to the main place where you get ice cream, the chain. And my wife told me that this is technically not ice cream. Sure enough, I looked it up and yeah, when you get an ice cream cone, it's not ice cream and it's super expensive. Could you imagine if it was actual ice cream? I'm worried about this.
You have stolen my dreams.
I'm trying to feed my kids healthy and you can't because the government prints so much currency. So to blatantly lie and disregard my character and my beliefs and blatantly lie on the front and second page that I do these things because of climate change.
How dare you?
Again, harvested my first bananas ever in a mini ice age where it was minus 45 Celsius. So I guess climate change really helped me grow tropical fruits. It wasn't innovation or anything like that. Pessimistic on the world, says Dean. Yes, absolutely. Climate change, not so much. And then they switch to somebody else, because they can't quote me, and some completely non-related thing, completely out of context. I don't know if there's any lawyers or something in the comments, like what is this when it's blatant lies and taken out of context? Is it actually slander or is it just hurting my reputation? Because I don't want to be part of this Orwellian 1984 ridiculous
Not
nightmare.
Slander, but
I shouldn't be up
misrepresentation.
here.
Once you have the structure properly designed, insulated, and well-built, you can grow pretty much anything here, designed to optimize heat and light from the sun. That's nice. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. I designed it and I share it for free. And there's people all over the world building these because it doesn't have much of an operating cost and you get fresh food all the time. That's nice, right? There's all these memes that I like. One is weather too hot, climate change. Weather too cold, climate change. Weather not changing at all, believe it or not, climate change. And another one, I'm worried about climate change. Tell the truth. No, I'm actually worried about climate change. Tell the truth. I want communism. There you go. This bugs me so much because one of the things that I tell people about is that carbon dioxide is one of the most beneficial elements on the planet.
How dare you?
We're all made of carbon, right? All the materials in this greenhouse, these bananas, and myself, we're all carbon.
Why don't you settle down?
So one thing, so it's kind of funny to think
that's
about.
where
like
I'm going to pause
inflation.
that.
So government prints a bunch of currency,
right?
But if we had...
So essentially, the one of the narratives is to eliminate carbon emissions.
Yep.
So in other words, they just want the plant life to stop growing or grow slower and get less productivity, so they have more control over everything.
Yep.
Right.
Just like the crypto. Back to the crypto OTW. They want it to be green. It has to be green. You think Bitcoin is green? Like, if anybody thinks Bitcoin is green, come up on panel and explain that to me. I'd love to hear it. But yeah.
Oh my God! I just got breaking news.
Mike
Mike Tyson admits to having memory loss during Jake Paul fight. Holy shit! What are they going to come up with next?
Oh yeah, that's just like some fucking more attention-seeking bullshit.
All right, I was just like a little pitch in, like real quick, but carry on.
Yeah, dude, they want back to this guy's growing. I wasn't really watching too much. How's he growing? Sorry.
He invented a sort of a greenhouse that is capable of growing bananas in the middle of winter at minus 45 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, it's kind of small because I'm on my phone, but
he's really innovated. He's innovated the garden industry and helping people create their own sustainable lifestyle by growing their own food and farming and being off grid completely. He's kind of like an off grid guy.
It pretty much has to be inside nowadays too, because if you look up,
yes,
you have to have it under something, and if you can kind of dig down too, I would think like a lower greenhouse would be ideal in my opinion. You'd want to excavate. I'd like to get like a skid steer or some type of equipment to dig with, probably backhoe or tractor, maybe some type of multi-use tractor, and you can dig, and get that greenhouse a little lower because that's going to help you with, energy, all that shit. it pretty much is going to keep itself warm if you do it the right way, like this guy's doing it. Or there's probably 100 different ways you could do it.
I agree.
And YouTube's got it all too. It's like, dude, you don't even have to really like know anything about it. You just kind of got to go at it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, it's not something that you got to do it. You got to be the example and not necessarily just talk about it. You got to do the works, right? And then show the people the works.
Dude, yeah, it's not going to, I mean, unless you got a bunch of money just to throw at people and you want to fucking spend a shit ton of your value to fucking have watch somebody else do it for you, I guess, whatever. But dude, yeah, I don't know. That's just not my style, man. I'd love to do it all myself. Like, why not? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and this guy's pretty good at everything he does. He's been doing this for a couple of years now, and he started off small, and now he's like fucking, Yeah,
metal framing isn't that expensive either. Like, you just put a good piece of some kind of plastic over it, put it in the ground a little bit to help you, and boom. You could do it super green if you really tried.
Yeah.
I'll have to like this guy.
I already have a solar powered system that I use as a backup system. Obviously, let's say I want to continue doing the broadcast. I'll have about 3 hours of constant power to run everything in the studio. But then after that, it shuts down right away. It can't sustain it further than 3 hours. Then I have to wait for it to charge up again. But that's just one solar panel and one battery.
Yeah, shit. I got 2 solar panels on this thing, and it needs another battery. Like, you really got to have your shit dialed and know what wattage you're pulling, what you're gaining, or what you're putting out. And yeah, it's got to match up, or you're gonna have problems. Your inverter's got to be the right size, or you're gonna fry that fucker up. I've already done that to one of mine. It was a 1100 watt inverter, and it was pretty old, I'm sure, but just a lot of shit to learn, a lot of shit to know.
Hold on a second. I just got, I'm on the phone. 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
Alrighty. Right as I start eating too. Shit. Yeah, the whole green thing is definitely the part of their agenda. We gotta be down to zero emissions with pretty much everything. They want it zero by 2030, from what I understand. So, like, I don't get how they're gonna get that many EVs on the road by 2030. That's insane to me. I don't see that being possible. I went to a pilot the other day, and there was 2 charging stations for the whole fucking gas station. I guess you could put like fucking 10 or 12 more in there or something, but what does it cost to make one of those things and put it in? And then you gotta maintain them, and people are fucking like, I've seen videos of people protesting against them, destroying them, graffitiing them, breaking them. They're like, fuck these EVs. We got gasoline fucking engines. You're not gonna get us all in EVs and fucking shut shit down and control the grid and make sure, you know what I mean? Oh man, that could be insane. If you had that much control over everyone, they probably already do. You got a computer in your shit. I mean, I guess you still got the engine. If it gets fried, you got to replace all your components and shit. But yeah, you got an EV, dude. Fucking something happens, pew! Everybody's dead in the water. Fucking toast. I need to look up what Bitcoin actually uses. Now, I wonder if they got the energy use down. I highly
triple
doubt
the
it.
carbon dioxide in the atmosphere.
Oh,
Plants
thank
would
you,
literally
LPW.
double in production. So I would get twice as many hay bales, a better quality hay bale. My pasture would grow twice as much, and I could double the amount of livestock on my pasture if carbon dioxide came way up in the atmosphere outside, because it's good for everything. And then with all of that excess food, because the planet's flourishing at that time, it would bring prices way down. So I could have double the amount of beef cows on my land, the same amount of land, but the grass would double twice as fast. So there's twice as much feed. Then I have twice as much cows, an abundance of food, and the food gets cheaper and better. For mainstream media, I'm done with them, unfortunately. So this is the worst of them. Like, I've been taken out of context many times. I do a lot of things, but it's one thing when it was one of the video interviews with Global or CTV News or whatever, one of the many other things I did, where they have me on camera and it's video. So they can only say what comes out of my mouth. They can't change what I say, like using AI to like get climate change is the reason why. So the only way I will do mainstream thing will be in the future here is if it's live. Now, on Monday morning, a Winnipeg radio station phoned me because apparently they saw this article, but I was able to go on live. So, like, why did you build the greenhouse? Well, I'm worried about inflation and the quality of food because of it and things like that. And it was nothing about, you can't take me out of context when I'm live, right? And another thing, a question was asked, so when did you do this? Or was it because of the pandemic? It was kind of implied. I said, oh, no, absolutely not. I knew about the economy and government policy and monetary policy and the problems that we have for 15 years. And I was just getting around to the greenhouse project. Now I'm working on the barn, so I have my dairy and livestock and poultry and that part covered. I covered the fruits and vegetables in here. So it wasn't because of the pandemic that got you to build the greenhouse. I said, oh, no. The pandemic was just the cherry on the top of the ginormous inflation cake. One thing I said is the government can't print food, but they can sure print a lot of currency. So probably the only people that read this are little old ladies in an old folks home or the baby booming generation. You know, I get more good viewership and good things on YouTube than some of this garbage that's literally lies and alters things. But it's kind of interesting to be a part of it, the Orwellian nightmare of taking my things out of context and trying to literally ruin my reputation for groupthink. It's sad what this world has come to, actually. But I know that, and it's another reason why I do the things that I do. If you take the opposite perspective, you're probably closer to the truth. So if somebody says, trust the science is an ever-evolving thing of trying to destroy the current thesis and the current thought process. So if somebody says, trust the science, they're an idiot. You ignore the mainstream garbage, and you can go watch me on YouTube. So don't forget to like, subscribe. I'm not going to bend the knee. I'm in nobody's pockets. I've never received 1 penny of government grants or financing for anything I do, but I'll hang this on the wall with the other things that I've been in over the years. And, front page, it's kind of nice. No such thing as bad press, I guess. And it's just an ongoing joke. Climate change.
This is all wrong.
Miniature ice ages and bananas, they go together, right? Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.
There it is.
Yeah, the only thing I caught that he said was wrong was the printing of food. They can definitely print food.
Right. That's true. But he said you can't copy food.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's like, maybe he was like, because he showed a photocopier. So it's like, you can't photocopy food, but you can photocopy money. But essentially, you're right. They do have now synthetic printers that print synthetic meat out of some fucking weird component, completely biologically and scientifically and I don't know how to say it, but it's like it's a product of nothing. I don't know. It's a product of chemical. It's a chemical amalgam or concoction that produces some kind of synthetic material. Ugh. Disgusting.
Yeah, science experiment, fucking weird chemicals, and dude, who knows what? That's probably gonna make you turn into a little girl and fucking.
Well, like he was saying, he bought chicken wings and he goes, first ingredient, chicken. Second ingredient, soy. He goes, how the fuck do you do that? It's like, how the fuck do you put soy in there? It's like, what?
Yep, everybody be turning in their shovels and fucking. Yep.
Yeah, becoming soy boys.
Soy boys.
And there was a certain moment in my life where I was consuming a lot of soy, thinking that it was beneficial for my health until I realized that it was packed with estrogen. And I was like, wait a minute.
Oh shit. Yeah, I was in the generation of like, eating tons of cereals and sugars and all that shit. Bad stuff.
Man, I have a feeling hydro is going to just fucking go out here, man. It's flickering and shit's happening.
What's that?
The electricity here is flickering. I have a feeling because it's really windy out here. I don't know. Maybe shit's going to go down. We're going to, have no electricity for some reason. Not very long, but it happens.
You got a generator or something, don't you? For backup?
For backup?
You don't have like a generator or something for if like it stops
I
working?
just have the solar panel and a deep charge battery with the little.
Dude. I would probably get a generator as soon as you can.
I used to have one, and I actually got rid of it because I never used it.
Yeah, just keep it in your basement, a warm place, and in case of an emergency, put that fucker.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. That's what I should end up having to do. But
dude, what if you never know?
It's not a bad idea. You're right.
I'm not trying to be like a fear mongering dude. I'm just like
no.
I'm just like trying to expose
in
people
an
to
off-grid
the reality of what could
situation.
happen.
A generator would actually make a lot of sense.
Oh yeah, dude, put it
because
in a box
you can
of Verity material, so something happens, you got that fucker, dude. Everybody's gonna be in the dark, OTW, and you're gonna be sitting in the woods, fucking with your lights on, laughing. And you're gonna have, you know what I mean? If you got
that also has its negative side.
If
people around you see that you have power and electricity, they're gonna want to take that from you since they don't have it, right?
Well, of course, that's what your arms are for.
Right. So, but thinking of that, I would tend to not want to have something that makes a lot of noise, or I'd invent or manufacture a kind of a muffler system to avoid the generator from making any noise. Yeah. And I'd barricade windows and shit for the light not to seep out, so no one would see that. I do things to avoid attracting attention, obviously.
People don't like. It's hard to understand how to live without power for a week. Imagine not going with power for like a month.
I've done that. I've been in that situation because we went through here in Quebec was called the ice rain thing, and it was like for 3 weeks the hydroelectrics grid was fucking floored, bro. Nothing was working. We spent like a month living in people's houses. Well, we go to people's houses that have wood furnaces and shit like that, and stoves, and we just come together, in groups, man. We'd live like the Chinese. We'd have like 15 people in the same house, man. It was crazy.
Yeah, but you don't want to have to rely on somebody, man, because you never know. What if something happens to them?
Well, that was like one of our first experiences as a catastrophic event, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I guess we as a people now can actually deal with the fact of not having any. We wouldn't panic.
Yeah, you guys are tough up there.
Yeah, we don't panic if we don't have any electricity up here. Well, I don't panic. I don't know anybody else that does. We're all prepared because we know that the weather conditions always influence the grid. So we end up usually being always prepared. We always have something, a little backup plan to have some. Like I have a little, I still kept my my solar panel and my the battery system, and it still produces 3 hours of power when it's like fully when I'm like practically using it like at its full potential. I have 3 hours, but if I use the basic needs, a little bit of lighting and no computers and no nothing, I could go like a full 12 hours, maybe even 24 hours of just like having a little bit of light and even having the internet keep going so at least I can stay in the contact with the rest of humanity.
Right. Yeah, and you got a wood burning stove or something, right?
No, actually, I don't. But that was actually in my plans of getting one because there's new regulations now where you're not allowed to have a wood burning stove.
Oh yeah, I want
Right?
one of them old wood burning stoves that is also a oven,
Slow combustion ones there.
and like you can use the stovetop, dude.
Yeah,
That's
that's the fucking shit, bro. It heats up the whole house, and at the same time, you can cook your food, boil water. You can do everything on that thing, man.
Oh yeah, even in the summer you can cook on it, man. Just open the windows all up.
They're just so goddamn fucking heavy, man.
Dude, yeah, you gotta have a good foundation.
Fuck, man.
Use a damn skid loader to get them in there, probably, if you got a big one.
Tell me about it.
It's like a gun safe. You gotta have a skid loader. It's all fun, man. Dude. I wonder what one of those, dude. You can't probably even buy one of those anymore.
Oh, I know. So, you can get them. You can go into antique shops and all kinds of places where you can find them for sure. Garage sales.
Well, I mean, not for too cheap, I'm sure.
Some people give them away for free because they have no utility for them. Yeah, or they'll just send them off to the scrapyard.
Wow. I hope not. That'd be insane.
So, I mean, any smart person who get their hands on one of those, fucking go pick that up right away. Whatever you can do, get your hands on that shit because that'll
100%.
save your fucking life, man.
Dude, yeah, that's
especially if you're
more than gold.
Especially if you're living in a winter.
Yeah,
especially if you're living in a winter climate. One of those things is magic, right? So since the regulations stipulate that we're not allowed having those things in the house, but I have an extension on the house, which is kind of like a veranda where I could actually set up something there, which would be apart from the house, and then have some ducts installed, or I can even actually install the wood burning furnace outside under a cabin, right? And have these duct pipes go underground and just go all over the house everywhere and just heat this place up. And all I have to do is go outside once in a while and just pop in one of them logs.
Yep.
And I could heat the whole house.
Dude, yeah, just put one in the side of your wall, man. That's what I'd do. Fuck it, dude. Just cut
it's
a
because
hole
of
in your wall.
fire hazards, I think, that now like the regulations stipulate that you can't have those because of the number of fires, and it's for safety.
Yeah,
so
there's some pretty cool videos I've seen that people have like on their shops, like on the wall, you know what I mean? Like indoor, outdoor fucking wood stoves.
Dude, my neighbor,
God, that's cool.
My neighbor just fucking decided to buy himself one of them, one of those actually like a wood burning furnace but it's made for outside, right? So it's made to be outside, and so he since the regulations changed, he like took out the one that was in his house and just bought a new one and installed it outside and did exactly what I told you. He's like run ducts underground and then just had that go through the basement of the house and throughout the whole house and just heat up the house.
Yep. Yeah, you got some nice tubing. Oh man, there's also like geothermal. I've seen guys in shops and shit do geothermal. You got tubing that runs hot water and it just heats up the building, man. You got it running through your floor, on your walls or whatever, and you got good insulation on your roof. Bam, dude. That fucker's 60 degrees in a heartbeat, and you're like, damn, this is awesome, and your feet are warm.
Well, that was actually a technology that they used to use in the old schools, was all water-based heating.
Yep, yeah, it should all be geothermal they went away from copper piping too. Like everything should be in copper piping, I think. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe geothermal needs to be in some other metal or whatever, but like you're drinking.
Well, they've changed the copper piping for vinyl piping, and I wonder if that's not another way to propagate the plastic particles.
Oh yeah, shortens people's lifespan, gives them problems. Metal tubing's no good, man. Copper is like, it doesn't oxidize. It's the perfect material to run water through, and we went away from it, like you say, for a reason. It It doesn't fit the agenda. It keeps people alive and keeps them fucking healthy and good consciousness.
Yeah.
We don't want that.
Whatever
Fuck that.
keeps you healthy, alive, living well, in a state of perpetual happiness, they remove that. It's not good for business.
Yep. Yeah, it's sad, man. This place could be so fucking amazing.
Yeah, it could be, but it's filled with evil.
It gets back to self, man. It takes one person at a time. There's so many. You would be surprised how many folks are living off grid without, like, especially down here in Texas. There's got to be fucking millions of people living off grid without any. You know, they don't need shit. They got fucking gates to their compounds. They probably got 100-acre ranches. Every place, like, dude, it's crazy how some people live.
Yeah, but you were mentioning earlier that you would like to meet, meet a community of people, but seemingly you seem to be in an area that's filled with that, man. You're not that far from finding what you're looking for.
Yeah, this is just, I don't know. Texas is all right. It's pretty cool, but I'm just down here for the weather. Now I travel and get an experience and.
Yeah, you want to travel. That's the thing.
What's that?
I said you want to travel. You like traveling.
Well, for now, like, yeah, I'm just on the public roadways, checking things out, and yeah, getting experience, trying to meet new people, all that. But yeah, like I was saying, the goal is to build a cabin somewhere, cabin in the woods. It fucking calls to my name. I don't know how you say that. Speaks to my soul every day.
You want to build it yourself with like a log cabin or?
Yeah, that'd be ideal. Like pretty much solo. I see people on YouTube that do it solo. It's a long, probably a year. Like, dude, that's the thing. If I do it in like Southern Missouri, you got a timetable you got to do it in. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting for sure. But
if you have the right tools to work with, I mean. It could be pretty quick. I mean, some of these guys that do it with like hand tools and shit, but you can use power tools and stuff like that and get the job done quicker,
Yeah, as long as you got something to chop it down, drag it in place, which you can do with winches and come-alongs and shit, and you don't even need a tractor. I've seen guys do it on YouTube without tractors and shit. Come along, like I say. You could pull them in place and then you chop them and you roll them onto themselves and fill it in with, moss or whatever you have around that you can use. Dude, like the earth gives everything we need right in front of us, man. We don't have to pay nobody for nothing. All you have to do is have a few tools. Literally, that's it.
Yeah.
We're just so fucking lazy. Like I'm fucking.
Well, that's what the system was made for.
Lazy too. But it's
the system was made to make you dependent on it.
Yeah, exactly. And like, dude, I'm already free, man. So I got all the fucking time in the world. I got this fucking unit I'm sitting in that I could move and put it anywhere I want. So like, if I didn't get it done in a year, I could just fucking leave and go south again if I want. You know what I mean?
That's why they had to integrate sports into their philosophy because. Or else they'd have a bunch of fat, sloppy, lazy people walking around or crawling around. I said that's why they had to create sports,
Oh yeah, that's part of it too. Yeah,
because or else they would only have lazy, sloppy, degenerate, fucking loser failures walking around the streets all the time.
Dude, I love football. I don't know if I can say I really, really like football, but I really, really, really love nature. I don't know why, dude. Like I'm a fucking tree hugger, man. For real. I could just stare at a fucking, even this tree right out in front of you guys are seeing kind of. It's a fucking dead tree. Pretty much a dead tree, it looks like to me. But it's a fucking tree. And there's water. I don't know, dude. Shit.
It's the best place you can be with nature, man, right next to it. I think we lost G. Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to be shutting this down. I have a couple of things I need to do today. Got to get some shit done. Got to travel. Got to see my mother. I got other things to do. So peace, Chris. And G, much respect, man. Thanks for being up here and participating in the show. Yeah, you're still here, man.
Nice. Yeah, I had like a bunch of tabs. I actually hit the tab thing and a bunch of shit came up. But yeah, dude, I got to get going, I think, too. The wind's kind of dying down a little bit. But yeah, I appreciate you, man.
All right, dude.
Yeah, I'll probably hop up here a couple more times at least on my travels, I think.
Cool.
And we'll do the damn thing.
We'll be back tomorrow.
It. Yep. Appreciate you, man.
Awesome, man. Peace.
Yep. Peace. Later, guys.
All right, guys. This is OTW signing out for today. Much love and respect to y'all. We'll be back here again tomorrow for another one. Today was a short one. Have a lot of things to get done. So this is me telling you, OTW signing out for today. Coming at ya from the belly of the beast.